So I asked some questions.
What channel is this for?
This is for podcast, little intro, and then this is for my channel. Yeah, so we got some questions going. It's AskRawTalk@gmail.com. Sorry until you gotta wait. Questions right now, you wait.
He made me wait outside too, yo. I waited outside for like 30 minutes.
He's not gonna talk about how he canceled on me though, yes sir.
I did, bro, I did. Funny, I want to talk about this on the show. But I woke up yesterday and I was like, you remember the first time we came on the show, I had like a panic attack, bro. I'm always dealing with like some sort of fucking mental shit. And yesterday I woke up and I was like, I can't do a podcast today. We'll talk about it. But then I woke up today and I was like, wow, today's even worse than But here's why I like it. Because this motherfucker, bro, he's like my therapist. And I'm gonna talk about this shit on the show. He's like a giant teddy bear, dude. He's so soft-spoken and he makes you want to say shit and get vulnerable. I love this show.
Let's do it. That's a little sex dungeon room, the green room. It is actually a green room. It's kind of lit. I gotta wait till we get on the podcast to say this, but.
Oh, that's you, right? I remember. I'm trying to think of what's like I'm most used to. Oh, what side would I be on if it was impulsive?
You're on this side.
Wait, you're not gonna use this one, right? You're only using 2 cans, or 3.
Mike, where are you sitting? And then we can figure
Wherever
out
you
which.
want. I'll sit anywhere you want.
Sit
You want
there.
to sit right there?
Yeah. Unless you like that spot.
No.
Try to sit.
Whatever.
You can get rid of that one.
We're not using this.
Fuck you, buddy.
George didn't wear headphones, right?
He not wanna wear them?
Nah, he don't want to because he doesn't want to fuck his hair up.
That's it.
Yeah, exactly. That's the last thing I need to worry about.
Brad, I don't have to worry about
You guys are
that.
kind of matching.
Yeah, I'll go work.
This like headphone thing's stuck on something.
Let me help you.
I need help. You know that, right? Like
It's
in
just
my
behind
yeah,
your-
oh, fire.
there we go.
Alright, nice.
Oh wait, pause.
Wait, I have a question. Why the fuck am I here right now?
He's supposed to be. I don't know why you're here, but
You said I needed to be here.
I'm happy.
Oh my god, bro. I would have left 2 hours ago, dude.
He does like that, dude.
No, he's got great legs.
Yeah,
he's
he's got like hand hocks, bro.
What, dog? You squat.
Real shit.
I gotta piss.
That's my videographer editor. He's lit.
He's got me beat, man.
He's crazy. All right, so let's just start this shit. We got the fucking one and only back. Actually, this was one of the most requested episodes since when I did it. How long ago was it? Almost a little more than a year ago on CultureCast originally. Obviously, we rebranded it called RAWTALK now. But you are always the person that people are like, yo, you got to get Mike back on the show and talk about what's going on. So here he is, highly anticipated. We got some questions that we got asked from AskRawTalk@gmail.com. If you guys got asked these questions for future shows, shoot them to that email. But let's get right into it. Besides the fact that I took too much mushrooms today. Earlier today.
Wait, hold on a sec.
Yeah,
at first I want to say this too. Thank you for having me back on the show.
Yes.
The first show that we did was one of my favorite podcasts that I've ever done. I said it earlier to a different camera, but you have a way about you that makes a guest feel very comfortable and offers them the ability to get quite vulnerable on your show, which we did on the first episode.
Massively, man. I mean,
and we both talked about a lot of shit.
Yeah, and that's why I think so many people, honestly, just the show in general, I'm so grateful that people are here for that kind of content. I think, you know, just genuinely, I think there's not so much deeper connection with a lot of creators, and I think the people who are going to get closer to that or continue success throughout this, like for years to come, are going to be the people who continue to connect like that.
Yeah.
And you've always had a knack for doing that. Like from the moment that I met you, that's the thing that I've always admired the most about you, is that you didn't really hold back things. And obviously, you know, you have your book, and you've gone into like massive detail about your life. And I want to try to not go over a bunch of stuff you've kind of already talked about. And I know stuff we've already talked about. What I really wanted to talk to you about today, besides like a bunch of other shit, is the feeling of being burnt out in life.
Yeah.
And,
I talked about it recently quite a bit. It's this year's been a massive grind. I think coming out of 2020, I saw 2021 as this window that was open, and you know, obviously being a guy that's continuing to get older and you know, one of the older guys in the space, I didn't know how long the window was going to be open for. I still don't, and you know, throughout the course of the entire year, there were so many times where I was like, dude, I can't do this anymore. I said it on an episode recently, like,
when you say do this, you mean social media?
Not that too. I mean, and I think we can get into that, but I just mean like, I need a break. Like I need to shut down for a hot second. You know what I'm saying? And I said it on an episode recently. I don't know that, and this isn't like a brag or anything. I don't know. Maybe it is. I don't know that there's anybody that has traveled more for content or put in that many hours of travel for content. Yeah. I have been to fucking, dude, we've been to Europe like 6 times. We were in Dubai. I mean, I have not spent a weekend or a week in Los Angeles the entire year.
So, but is this for content? Is this for the just impulsive stuff?
It's a mix of impulsive. So we have to travel for impulsive. Obviously, Logan's in Puerto Rico now, so we have to either go there, meet somewhere, and obviously the trek to Puerto Rico is treacherous from LA.
Yeah.
There's stops. It's a disaster. And I generally blend that in with a night shift episode because I found a format that I really like with travel, food, and collaboration with other creators. And so what I'll do is I'll go to a random city along the way, or just do it in the city that we're filming Impulsive or around an event, and I'll put a bunch of people in the same place that like normally aren't together, like people that I think will be good for the content, and shoot the content, shoot 3 Impulsive episodes, fly to another city, fly home. You know what I'm saying? I'm home for a couple days, and then it's repack the bags and get back on the road.
So there's no place like where Impulsive calls home?
Not really. I mean, technically, Dorado, Puerto Rico, you know, we
Yeah.
have a set there. We rented a warehouse, and we have a set there. And so technically that's like home base right now. But I mean, we've shot in Vegas, we've shot in Miami, we've shot in LA, we've shot in Puerto Rico, we've shot in Iceland.
Yeah.
I mean, with the mountain from Game of
Thor,
Thrones,
yeah, I love that
with
guy.
Thor. And so it's really been a grind. And I think like, you know, I think I just over the past like couple months have started to kind of feel that like taking a little bit of a toll.
Yeah.
Plus all the fringe shit like you just talked about. Like and I'm not complaining even for a second. I'm so blessed with the fucking opportunity to be able to do this stuff. But it's just it's a lot sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Do you like know where you're going with it? Like, is there a clear define? Because that's the thing with social media, man. That's so real. Like, even the very beginning from starting this, there was no like, where does this end? Never. Right. There's never been that feeling for me. There still isn't that feeling for me. And I do have moments where I'm like, man, how much long? Because I've been doing this shit for like 11 years now. I just realized that it's just said Thanksgiving to everyone again. I was like, I've been saying this for 11 years on social media. Obviously not doing the podcast for as many years. Not even as many years as you've been doing it. Actually, wait. I did it for 4 years. How long
you got more? You probably have more time. Not
anyway,
as many episodes.
Definitely not as many episodes. I was less consistent. But my question is like, at your age, and I mean I'm 32 as well. Not that you're 32, but I'm 32. Just to make this clear, like where do you see yourself in this in the next 5 years, 10 years? But here's the deal. I think I look at this and I go, oh, this is the thing I can do forever.
Forever, yeah.
You don't feel that way?
No, I do. So the podcast is the one thing that breaks the mold, and you know, I think it comes down to like what are you doing it for? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What are you doing it for? And like, unfortunately, you know, and like I really do intend on getting vulnerable today and like talking about some shit that I don't talk about other places, just because I think I just love doing it here. I've been have become kind of swallowed up by the machine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the brand deals and the ad dollars and the sponsorships and the clothing and, you know, building IP for products and shit like that. And for the past like, you know, 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, have neglected so many other things in that hunt for capital. And I think that like over the past month, dude, like, even just as recently as like Virgil passing, you know what I'm saying?
I was gonna ask you about that.
It just like, it really like cemented something with me. Cause that happened kind of on the back end of me being able to take a few days off and spend some time with my family. I just really am trying to remind myself and caution other creators not to spend their entire life chasing a currency that cannot buy the things that truly matter. You know what I'm saying? Like I found myself just like, dude, like, no, I don't want 2 million this year. I don't want 3 million. I want fucking 10 million. Like, and it's never going to be enough. The money's never going to be enough. There's never a point where you're going to be like, yo, I have enough money now.
Yeah.
But one thing you'll never be able to get back or buy back is family time.
Yeah.
Love, fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like all of those things that your health. Virgil had more money than anybody, dog.
Yeah.
And that shit came out of nowhere, bro. And he suffered through that shit and couldn't do anything about it.
I don't know. Do you know how long he was dealing with?
I think it was a little while. So it didn't come out of nowhere. That's
because he was just dealing with it privately. I know he just wasn't put it out there on the internet or anything. But I can totally relate to this, man. I mean, dude, over the 11 years of me doing this, I could say without a doubt that like there's times when I pause and I'm like, damn, I feel bad. I should spend more time with my mom. And even my mom was just out here for Thanksgiving, and I do spend time with her. But even the time spent with her is like damn, was I really as present as I could be as a person? Because I find myself, like you said, in the back end, like making sure this is good. And there's all this other shit that I'm worried about, like in business and pushing this project forward, moving my gym to a new location, all these things that are like constantly in the back of my mind and in my subconscious that I'll even notice while I'm even trying to be present, like my subconscious is like, just like trying to fucking allocate all like, what is this going? Where is this going? Where is this going? Where is this going at the same exact fucking time? And it's this weird thing, man. I'm not at all telling everyone listening like, hey, feel bad for me. You know, my life is hard and this is difficult. It's just a different thing that like, it's a new thing that people are dealing with. This is a new thing, like this social media feeling of burnout. But obviously not everyone listening can be like, oh, I can relate to that because I make content. And I get that. But like you're saying, if we're speaking to the people who are going to try to make content, because I know this for a fact, one of the number one things that kids say they want to do growing up now is be a social media creator.
It's the number one.
Not like 90%.
Yeah, literally. It's crazy. And also just to like further, you know, cement your point that you're making, we're all making content, dog. Everybody, everybody out there is making content. Everybody watching the show is making content in some way or another. Yeah. They all have an Instagram page. Yeah. When they're out with their family, their mom, their brother, playing with their dog, they're taking videos. They're posting that shit on Instagram stories. Yeah. So the point that you're making about being present is going to be an obstacle and a discussion that every single person is going to have with themselves over the next, 50 or so years. You're going to get to the end of the road and be like, damn, dude, exactly. Like I was taking pictures the day before my fucking dog pat, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, dude. And it's just something that's really been haunting me lately. It's just like, it's just like, me too. I don't want that to fucking happen, bro. And especially, it's one thing to like it's one thing to say that you were doing it in the pursuit of a creative craft and something that you loved. It's another thing to have to say that you were doing it all for money, bro. Yeah. That's just something I never want to have to admit and to be like, damn, I gave up, this relationship or stop doing something else that I love because this paid better. And I found myself literally sliding in that direction. You know what I'm saying? So it's, I've over the past like few months, I've definitely been going inward a little bit more to try to figure out like, what is it that I actually want? What is it that I want to do? And I agree with you on the podcast 100%. Impulsive will go on forever. It's been a great business play for me. It's been a great collaborative and creative effort. People love the show. Full transparency, I've been working on my own pod I was gonna say. Yeah, behind the scenes, just because, to be completely honest with you, dude, like as much as we have the vibe that exists on Impulsive, I have a completely different angle as it pertains to the older set. You know what I'm saying? Sure. It's the reason we click. Yeah, absolutely. And I think you'd be amazing on a would pod, just solo pod with guests or solo. Yeah, like solo pod with guests, potentially with like a person on it. I mean, in all honesty, it's already in production with WME. And other. I'm excited for it, man, because you're the, like I said, there's not many other people like in this space that I've talked about things and see eye to eye on. But I want to get back to the thing you were talking about. Sure. Are there any what relationships do you think you have spoiled because of social media? Let's just do it, bro.
It's so funny.
Yeah, I mean, dude, listen, like, I think being in the public eye as much as, obviously we'll talk about the relationship with Amra for a second. I mean, I think just being in the public eye as much as we were, it definitely, it was like being in a relationship right at the beginning of your come up. You know what I'm saying? A come up that you had dreamed about your whole life. You know what I'm saying? Like something you had worked so fucking hard for, dude. And had, written the book and had, put together the relationships and put together the mindset and put together and started working your ass off to create the channel. And it was almost like one thing that relationship really taught me was the importance of timing, bro. Like, I know that's so cliche and people always talk about it in life. And like, as you go through a relationship with someone, a romantic relationship, you have all these like, nah, she does this or he does that, or like we just don't click on that level. Yeah. And even though you do click, even though that chemistry might be there, a lot of times it all just comes down to what stage of life are the two different people. I gotta jump in on that, man. I personally went through this. I had an 8-year relationship. And in the beginning of my 8-year relationship was literally like you said, which is why I'm sharing this story right now. My whole come up, like my whole life changing. And this person was actually
an integral part of that because the person did so much for me when I needed a lot of help. The person let me stay with them, but it was like in my come up of what I was doing on social media. And prior to that relationship, I had gotten out of another relationship that put me in a position where, like you said, timing in life, I was very like, I felt super hurt. I felt super taken advantage of because of the way that past relationship prior to this person fell out. And then when I got out of that, I was like, fuck everyone, fuck everything. I'm going to take advantage of everyone and everything and every opportunity because I felt so hurt. Because in that other relationship, I let go of financial stability through like my clients and all these things that I was cutting loose because I was trying to make the other person happy and like show that I was this person or show that I was good enough or show that I was the right, you know, like I could make this work and I'm not talking to this person and I'm trying to expel all these issues that were in that thing. And I was like pulling away from myself, taking away from myself. And then I met this girl right after it was like, it pretty much blew up in my face and the girl was like, fuck you.
Yeah.
I met the girl like 2 weeks later and it was like super sweetheart, amazing person, great intentions, went through her own issues and drama and childhood stuff and past relationships. And I had all these trust issues. Then I met her and was like, that was me, the person who was like, I'm going to take advantage of everyone and everything because I was so hurt.
Right.
And then I did that to her. And then it took me about, and I was with her for like 2 years, taking advantage of all the things that she gave me. And in 2 years, I was like, damn, I really love this chick. And so imagine this, it was an 8-year relationship. But 2 years in, I realized that, and it was way too late. And then it was just up and down, like terrible clockwork, up and down.
Because of the toxicity that existed in the beginning of the relationship.
Yeah.
I mean, that I can obviously relate to so much too. I mean, we
Yeah.
had that same kind of thing happen. And like, honestly, I just want, even more than me being on that career path, because by the way, she was massively responsible as a catalyst for that career trajectory uplift. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I don't have the talent. I'm not saying I don't work hard enough, but she was a massive eye draw and a marketing tool, whatever you want to fucking call it, to bringing new eyes on. So she was a big catalyst for that growth. But I mean, also like it really just brought out and showed me a bunch of other problems that I have as it pertains to romance that were not as easy.
So
what I'm saying?
What are you doing now to learn from these things? Because like it is genuinely true. It's like there are things that we can be really good at. I know I've always excelled at like business and like marketing and ideas and all this stuff. I was able to put my mind and be like, oh, I could see what works, or I could see what doesn't work. I could see what people like, I could see what people don't like, and go towards those things. And I was always really good at that aspect of my life. Was always very solid at learning and understanding people. But then when it came to like my personal intimate relationships, because of all the blocks that I had growing up and the things that I put in front of myself, I was never able to put that guard down in myself to look inside myself and say, hey, these are the things I was going through. Like, this is why I was here, but that's not my current circumstance now. And then letting that situation be based on the now instead of just my past. I wasn't able to let go of things. And I was so good at these other lanes. And even still, I find myself struggling sometimes with friendships, struggling majorly with relationships to be my full potential, like my true, genuine self in those things, because I'm afraid of being taken advantage of. I'm afraid of rejection. I'm afraid of feeling like, you know, I'm not good enough, all that shit. So what have you learned in like that whole process? Because I remember seeing it, I'm like, holy shit, this is like, your come up was like fucking massive. It was insane. What have you learned now after all that stuff? At like the smoke is settled, obviously. Like, what have you learned majorly that you're like, okay, these are some things that I really need to look at myself and not fix, but you know, kind of heal a little bit or try to.
No, fix is fine. I mean, dude, like my biggest thing has always been, I just run, dude. You know what I'm saying? I run. I run, and I always have, and it fits in completely with this discussion we were having before about the travel. It's not only because of content, man. I'm just in a spot right now where I don't fully understand a lot of things, bro. And so it's in my nature to run. It's a lot of stuff comes down to your mindset, dude. Like fully comes down to your mindset. And my whole life since I was 15 years old, I told myself that I was a degenerate. I was a scumbag. I was a piece of shit. And not like to other people, but just the way that I treat myself, the way I talk about myself. I got fucked up. I partied. I had rampant fucking sex all the time, even before all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been doing that for so fucking long. And unfortunately, the way the mind works, it's a habit.
Yeah,
I built this thought of myself that's all I'm ever gonna be. That's who I am as a person. And luckily I've been able to balance that with some really great stuff. The book, how I talk about mental health, how I talk to, and those things, and trying to eat better and exercise and all that stuff. But like in a lot of ways, man, I'm still really undeveloped and underdeveloped when it comes to how I think about myself and how my mind works.
And that's why I'm asking, like, what are you doing personally? Like, what are you doing for yourself?
Just running, man. To
You
be
gotta
honest,
stop.
I know that, dude. I mean, dude, like honestly, like I'm just like I said, I'm gonna show up and be completely honest with you today, bro.
But what? So my question right away when you say that is like, what are you running from?
Intimacy, commitment, any kind of relationship. I don't know what it is, bro. It's something that's been a part of me since I was a kid, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Is it because you're like, is it being good enough?
No, it's not even that. I know my worth. That's never been a worth question. It's I don't know if it's like something that was built into me as a kid, like with my family. Like obviously, like I had traumas like you did in my childhood, and I don't know what it is, dude. But for some reason, like relationships in general worry me. They create an unease inside of me, and so like.
Are the worries about infidelity? Are the worries about like
never.
being taken advantage of?
I've never once ever had a girl that I was ever worried about shit. I mean, dude, Amber was the most loyal girl I've ever met in my entire life.
Yeah,
she literally didn't know another guy existed outside of me.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? For as long as we dated, it was actually fucking crazy because it was so counter what all the little kids thought was the case. You know what I'm saying? So it was like it was crazy. No, it's not even that, dude. It's just I don't know what it is. I've been trying to go inward and think through it a little bit lately, and I have a problem with anyone else having any control in my life. Yeah. It's this fucking need to be in full control because I think it might just be because I don't innately trust the decision making of other people.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's understandable.
And that's what a relationship is. I give it this like little like analogy.
You're
you know
in
what
a
I'm
ght
saying? Where I told you this one,
yes,
right?
Yes.
On the last show or no?
No, I just know
you're in a car.
Yes.
You're driving on the highway, and you know for as long as you've existed
you've always driven it.
You've always driven with both hands on the wheel, and you're driving down the road. And I think that in a lot of ways, when you get into a relationship with someone else, you have to take a hand off and have them put a hand on the wheel that drives your car.
And you're like, no, what the fuck are you doing?
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because at any point, dude, like even a year in or like 6 months in, you don't know the mental state of the other person. You don't know the hormonal imbalances. You don't know what the fuck is going to happen. And on any given day, I've always felt like, yo, what if that person jerks the wheel into a fucking wall?
Yeah.
And I got to go and clean up the pieces. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't want you touching my radio in the car. I don't want you driving me anywhere. I don't want you planning vacations. Like I've always been this fucking control freak. And it's something that I really need to learn how to fix.
It's crazy because I totally identify and understand how you feel because I feel the same way. But here's the interesting thing that we were talking about earlier as well. We're talking about being present. And our own ability to be present in social media and how difficult it is now as we've like grown and people, everyone listening, you go to a dinner place, everyone's just on their fucking phone.
Yeah.
It's so much harder for people to be present, but that is in and of the same problem. If like in your life, you're talking about, you're afraid to let someone else have the wheel and like where they're going to go with it. That's also an inability to be present because you have to understand, I know you know this, you're not naive to this. You're not dumb at all. That is a major part of life. Like that is life, allowing that. If you want that in your life, in your space, having another half, someone in your life, right? The intimate relationship, you have to allow that just as much as you allow yourself to be in control. Yeah, no. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a release of the control. That's the number one thing. And I know that's why I have such a hard time with like, you know, my biggest fear in life is death because I have no understanding of what the other side is. And I've been thinking about it since I was 6 years old because my father, right?
Yeah.
So, but I know that that's the major thing in my life that I have to let go. I can't be in control of that. I'm also not in control of my death. Right. You know, none of us are. Yeah. So the biggest thing relationship-wise, like when I talk to you and I hear you say it, it's interesting how we're talking about two of the same things. Is like, it's about your ability, my own ability, and everyone's ability to be in the present, to be right now. And understand that like that whole situation you had, the whole relationship that you had, it was all supposed to go exactly that way.
100%.
Like, and I know you know that.
100%. It goes, and it also goes back to, once again, back to the timing thing, dude. I think the majority of stuff in life, winners and losers, everything is based on the intuition that exists within the person and your gut feeling. And maybe it was the timing, maybe it was something else, but for whatever reason, I wasn't feeling it. And I always remember when she asked me to move in, and I just remember the feeling I had. I was like, this is not the right move for me.
You know what's crazy? My relationship of 8 years, I remember at one point in my heart, truly in my heart, and deep in my mind, I remember being like, damn, this is never going to work out. Based on, there was like a moment, and I just stayed in it. This must have been 3 years in, and I stayed in it for fucking, I'm really bad at math.
Another half decade.
Another half a decade. And I was just like, fuck it, dude.
But
like,
I just wasn't, and like, you know, she wasn't, luckily she knows very much what she wants as well, and she obviously wanted to have a kid. And she was dead set on having a fucking kid.
Do you know who the fucking kid is?
Yeah, of course, bro. It's just not, you know, it's not public info.
Zero.
No one knows. I mean, people know, like, on the scene, but, like, it's just not talked about. Also, I don't give a shit. It's just not my place to tell. You know what I'm saying? But
okay.
No, I mean, we had been broken up.
So you're not
the
father?
No. We had been broken up for like 6. We had been broken up for like 4 or 6 months at that point. I mean, we definitely, like, we're still hanging out, we're still hooking up, blah blah, so on and so forth. But but she's due literally in the next like 30 days.
That shit's
it's
amazing.
crazy, it's exciting. She's pumped up for it. She's not talking to me right now.
Why?
I suck, bro. I'm just not. I mean, dude, like I just
no, dude. Trust me, I know.
Yeah, I
do
just suck
too.
with I just suck with like that kind of stuff. It's like, dude, I was putting out videos like even up to recently. I'm like, here's why you should be able to be friends with your ex. Like, dude, not in the first like 6 months. It's just impossible, bro. Like you end up like hooking up. Shit ends up happening. Both people are like, all the feelings are off the table. Then one Instagram.
Oh my god.
You know what I'm saying? Like it just was not gonna work properly, and honestly, it's just for the best right now, dude. She's got to focus on that kid. She's gonna be a great mother. She's a great person. Yeah, super caring, and I'm pumped for her, dude. I just you know,
does she want you to be in the kid's life at all? Or
she was open to it, but honestly, dude, like just back to the matter at hand, like at least at this point in my life, dude, like I have a problem with women, bro.
Yeah,
like,
no.
Like a severe, like you know that, dude. Yeah. Like, and I always have, bro. And it's like that comes down to like some other like deep rooted issue with me that like I don't know what it is, but like you see me out, you know, like.
I think it's just a control thing. I think it's just you're so much, at least what I could identify, I know from where you've been in your life and how out of control you were to a point now where you're so in control and you're so successful, you have done so much, you've gotten so far that I completely identify with like losing that, and like giving someone else control could be
like for a relationship, you mean? Like
yes.
Yeah. I mean, and maybe it does go back to that because the way my relationships with girls work now is like there's no, you know, it's no strings attached. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like,
but it's so I mean, dude, it's so unfulfilling, bro. Like I'm not gonna come out here and like brag. Like, dude, I had like a fucking. I was out at Hyde the other night. Left had like this like crazy fucking like threesome situation with like guys would be like, oh, that's so, and I literally didn't even call him. I'm like sitting there like, dude, like this is like, what am I doing with my life? Like, if you're sitting there in a sexual situation, you're like, what am I doing with my life? Like these are not brags. This is like me just exposing another addiction that exists within myself. Like it's just another situation. And it's like, especially like when it's just a faucet, dude. We live in Los Angeles. Like I don't even have to say anything. Just show up. Yeah. It honestly, this city, besides drugs, has exploited all of my addictions tenfold. Has made everything more difficult. The city's a shithole. It's fucking toxic, cancerous shithole. I love it, but like
no, it's part of it. Would you find yourself living anywhere else? Would you ever see yourself?
I have to leave here at some point, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, I always describe Los Angeles as like a city that's just a little bit too close to the sun. You know what I'm saying? And it feels good for like a certain amount of time, but eventually everybody in this fucking town is going to burn the fuck up, bro. Whether it's via forest fires or like just toxic.
Within themselves.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, dude, there's no soul here. There's no fucking, there's no heart. There's nothing, bro. It's a creative town. I like being here. It makes creating easy, and I like, you know, the fact that the entertainment industry exists here. But God, bro, it's like it's where I like to say it's the city of lost souls, bro.
Yeah.
It's where a lot of lost souls, people searching for fulfillment through just garbage end up.
Do you think it's gotten worse because of social media? Because it's even more so a place where like people come and it's like, oh, I know I can come here and I can meet this person, and get some videos, get some content, make some content.
Well, it's the only, so like you always talk about like the trifecta, right, of cities. You got New York, Miami, Los Angeles.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of other cities. There's Vegas. God forbid anyone ever lived there.
Vegas is
but
crazy,
like, dude,
bro.
keep me out of that city. But like New York, Miami, Los Angeles. Which one of these three metropolis am I going to go to in my youth, right? Or not youth? You got New York, which is a city that's almost completely based on status. What family are you from? What's your lineage? How much money do you have? What do you do for work? You got Miami, which is just how much money do you have?
Yeah, visibility.
How many cars do you have? I don't care if they're rented. Do you have a Lambo? What do you have? LA, dude, clout.
Yeah.
It is the city of fucking clout. If you have clout in this city, you have whatever the fuck you want. Everybody will try to use you. Everybody will try to fucking bring you into whatever. You want to sit courtside at the Lakers game? You want to meet this chick that doesn't have, like, dude, it's just a city built around fucking followers. And when I say there's nothing as fickle and meaningless as that approach to life, I fucking mean that shit, bro. Like it's bad, bro.
Yeah. So what have you taken away from most of living here? Like what have you learned actually from the most of living here in relationship to the social aspect?
I mean, I guess it's not as much like proximity learning or like learning based on the city. I'd say it's more applicable to my my trajectory and like the life that I have lived here. And I mean, you hear it a million times, but like the money's not going to make you happy. It's just not going to make you feel warmer. It's going to make, you'll feel more secure.
Yeah.
You're not going to get kicked out of your house. But what happens when you live in a $40 million house and you look around and there's no one there that you want to fucking see? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I love Banks. I love Summer.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? But like, they're doing their own shit.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? I got David there with me. That's great. He's actually a really good friend that will always be there for me and listen to me. And so are the other two. But like, you know, I had a real tight relationship with Logan, and I had a real tight relationship with Amra. And, you know, in the past year, like from both a proximity and just a relationship standpoint, as a result of them both moving, it's been tough, bro. It's tough to lose people that you or to have people move away that you find solace and friendship with, you know? So just I guess money's not going to make you happy. Like, and it's just a crazy town, bro.
Yeah. Let's talk about what you took Logan moving away. That has kind of like fucked your relationship a little bit and made it more difficult to maintain. Cause I can tell you this, like, it's crazy how well I relate to you and how much I like we vibe whenever we get together and talk about anything. Off camera doesn't even matter. Right. Yeah. But it's hard for me to even build a relationship with you because you're constantly gone. Yeah. You know, so like I'm trying to understand how that might affect your relationship with Logan, because everyone sees, you know, you see the podcast, you see the content, which is incredible, by the way.
Thank you.
Like, but how is it actually the movement?
It's honestly, it's weird because me and him, obviously even deeper, just because we go back so far and have had so much time together. Kind of like me and you though, we're automatic, bro. Like me and that kid could be apart for 18 months, sit back down and like not a day's passed. You know what I'm saying? We're automatic. We're like that pairing of me and
I consider
him,
that true friendship.
It's amazing. 100%. That's one of the signs of true friendship for sure. And it's good that I'm reminded of that. But it's I think it's a little bit tougher on like the career side, because we would always collaborate on new projects. We would always think of like, yo, what's the deal with this business idea? What's like, you know, what are we going to do on the next episode of Impulsive? And right now it's show up and blow up. I walk into the house in Puerto Rico, you know, he's just getting up. I mean, he's been on a pretty significant bender for the past, you know,
I love it.
6 or so months. And like, it's, you know, like we've monitored it. We've talked to him to make sure that it's not, he's you know, he's working. He's really working. And I'm not saying that it's like, he doesn't need to slow down and start to get a handle on it. But dude, when you
say bender, you mean like
just it's like this year has been his like coming of age. You know what I'm saying?
He's
still like, you know, he was just coming out of like the content grind after being in it for so long. And this whole he's like not too much of this is out, but he's been working on a massive project. I mean, he's gonna unveil. Today's actually the last day of him working on the project, so it's the final day.
Can you say what it is?
I will not take any fucking risks with Logan shit on the podcast. This has burned me. This has burned me in the fucking past.
But this is going tomorrow.
He's definitely no. He's talked about some of it, but it's definitely like a digital art project.
Okay, so I got two things I got to ask you off camera when this is done.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'd rather do it there. But it's a digital art project that he has poured his heart and soul into, and I mean, I really fucking mean that. He's put every ounce of seriously blood, sweat, tears. I've seen it's all documented as well. I mean, we have done things this year that will never be replicated, can never be imagined. Some of it can never be discussed publicly. I mean, we've seen things that this year that are mind blowing from every continent to that trip to Iceland was a life-changing experience. Experience. I mean, and we've met people. I mean, he's got, he's been spending time with Dave Chappelle, Drake, and I mean, the project, it is, I'm excited for people to see it and to understand what it is. And it's all been a part of this journey, which has just been a constant go, and we've been all over the world, and
so that's been a lot of this traveling too. It's not just for podcasts.
Correct. It's been podcasts, The Night Shift, and his project. It's been this like conglomerate, and I've pulled my own relationships to assist as much as possible, and provide air jets and housing. He's obviously pulled every relationship he has to provide people for the project, and it's just been this wild fucking year that's all coming to this culmination, and will lead to this unveiling, and like I said, it's all documented. I mean, he's got every second of it on video, from smashing his fucking hand in Hamburg in Germany, around fucking Germany's Hell's Angels, like in the red light district of Hamburg with one of the biggest rappers in Germany, to scaling these mountains of Iceland with Thor, to being at the most exclusive club in the entire world at Annabelle in London, and running into Drake, or having these shows with Dave Chappelle. It's all documented. What he's put together here is one of the most just amazing and thrilling documents of.
Is it a documentary?
I don't know what he's doing with it. The core project itself is a digital art project.
Okay.
Yeah, but there's a lot.
But the back of you're saying he's on a bender. What is a bender for it? Are we talking about like
no drugs?
Oh, okay.
No drugs at all. And I think there's been I remember we did a show and he got prescribed something for his hand or whatever, and people ran with that, but he took it for 3 days. He took it exactly how it was prescribed.
Yeah.
Whatever. But no, just the normalcies of just going out and partying, the non-extracurriculars, just, having a good time, just partying, and, I've just been there with them, and it's led to just some of the most hilarious and just crazy memories that have brought us closer together. And, I'm just so excited for him to put all of it out and to just release it to the world. And he's so pumped for it. So I think within the next month or so, he'll have an announcement.
That'll be dope.
Yeah.
So beyond that, as far as your relationship with him, the distance, has it made it worse? Has it made it better?
It's allowed me to continue to flourish. I think, I've always tried to make sure that I wasn't just Scottie Pippen to Jordan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I know I'm not. The people that really fuck with my content know it's not. Those are he has done so many tremendous things for me, and I owe everything to him. And between him and Amra, they've brought so many eyes on and introduced so many people to the funnel. But I know my worth. I know it's good. I know I got the talent for it. I got the hard work, and am super creative and can write and can podcast and can vlog, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
But I think just kind of being away from him has allowed me to continue to figure out my lane a little bit more, and to really understand who I am. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I want to figure out. Where are you going with this? I want to know where you're going with it.
Yeah. It's all kind of in process right now. I think probably I've been saying this, and it's all always kind of being curated, but I think like agency, we'll probably sign with an agency. I think that I was just talking about it earlier. I've started to at least explore the idea of a second book. Yeah. Which is, I'll just say it right now. I'm playing with the idea of a book that's a very chaotic, eccentric mix of lessons that I've learned through experiences from both the bottom of this world to the very, very top of this world.
That's dope.
And so like, it could be like lessons on like young love. It could be lessons on the toxicity of Los Angeles. It could be lessons on psilocybin. And so what I want people to be able to do is open the book to any page, read 3 pages, hear a crazy story, hear my learning, and then have something to apply to their lives. Yeah. Right now, it's just like tentatively called like what I've learned, but I'm sure it'll be something. I'm sure I'll niche it out a little bit more.
It's so funny. We're talking about this book, but I'm genuinely meaning like, where are you at in your life? You.
What you mean? What
like,
do you mean by
like,
that?
Like
when you ask me that, it always comes down to career shit. Like,
no. I'm not asking. That's the thing. It's like, that's
I'm
your
obsessed.
answer.
I'm obsessed. Bro.
That's the thing you answer. Like, yeah, well, I got this book. No, I just mean like, so for example, if you're writing a book and it's about things you've learned in your life, right? That's what I'm trying to figure out. At this point in your life, in your age, in your career, your relationship status or not, business, content, whatever you're making, where are you at as a human? Like, what have you really learned at this moment? Like that you could say, if I'm gonna make it like, you're not gonna say one thing to sum it all up because that's stupid, but I really want to understand what you've learned to this point that has really changed in you over the last, let's say 5 years. Like something, if you gave something over the last 5 years that really changed in you. Because like we think we know how it should be or what it should be or where we should go, right? And I know, for example, I grew up thinking, oh, life is going to be like this. And when I'm this age, I'll have this. And when I'm that age, I'll have that. Or I'll have made it. I'll have figured it out. And I'm 32 now. And I remember this is when I was like 12, 16 years old, thinking about when I'm 30, oh, I have this. And I don't have shit figured out, man. I don't have anything figured out. I think it's so important to let people know that. Like, 100%. I'm still trying to every day wake up and be like, what am I going to get done today? And maybe I'm like more than normal, like as trying to achieve things or because people see shit on the internet that it's there or not. But I'm still so like, not clueless, but I'm still so, I don't even want to call, I mean, I guess it's directionless. I have a idea.
The word's lost.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like, honestly, like, bro, trust me, I can relate to that. And I think that feeling of being lost in your teenage years, your adolescence, your early adulthood is so horrifying. You're so scared. You're like, what am I going to fucking do? When am I going to get my purpose? When am I going to know what it is that I want? When am I going to meet my soulmate? When? And you're looking for all these like concrete dates as to when all that stuff's going to happen. Yeah. And in reality, by the time you get into your 30s, the one thing you fully understand is I need to get comfortable with the idea of being lost in this life, bro. Yeah. Because it doesn't really ever get perfect. Yeah. It never gets even close to perfect. Yeah. Like things happen. Never,
no,
bro.
That's why I said it. I want to bring it up is like, everyone has this misconception that like, once you look at someone like you or someone like Logan or someone like me, not that we're all on the same level or not. I'm just saying like success wise, I have the things that I want, the cars that I could get, any car, I could have the house that I want. I have a hard time with, getting all the women I want, in the way that I want them. Right. But it's like, you might look at me and be like, oh, this guy's got it. But I really don't, man. And we are all just kind of lost in a way where like we kind of are refining ourselves every day, which is funny. I think it comes back to the same thing about being present and learning to be more present with where we're at. Because truly, genuinely, if we say we want to go there, right? Well, the only way to get there is where are you at right now today? And everyone goes, this is the most classic thing people do. They go, I don't know how I got here. I don't know how I got here. It's like, motherfucker, like what? Like this is one of the most interesting things to me that people have this concept. Like even people who find themselves not with like, they wake up and have terrible news about some sort of illness, right? Like Virgil. I'm assuming it's like you don't get yourself to that situation. That gets to you, right? Yep. But in life, like we tend to, for example, let's say someone who died of a heart attack because of, they're young and they shouldn't have died, but then all these moments of maybe drug abuse led to that moment, or the unhealthy habits led to that moment. Yeah. We're so naive thinking that like right now in the moment, present, we're invincible. I'm invincible and I'm never gonna die and I'm only gonna get better. And that like we're sometimes unaware, or I don't know if it's misaware of like the fact that all the actions that we're taking are actually leading to that point where, like you said, someone goes, like I said, someone goes, I don't know how I got here. And it's so interesting to me. Like, and I find myself doing that sometimes, and I'm like, how did I get here?
I also think like in this day and age, and back to being present, people are spending so much fucking time on their phones and thinking about other things that aren't the things that are happening right now, that they're not even, because bro, like, and by the way, this is me adding myself, me at me. This is me talking to myself. People will be like, yo, like, what was the standout thing that happened in your life in the last 7 days? I'll go, I don't remember a single thing that happened. Like, dog, I don't even know what I ate for fucking lunch today.
You can even take it to this.
I've been scrolling it because like you're not present, and like,
bro,
you need to have that time. Like, the reason I can answer the question of how I got to where I am today is because I sat at a table for 7 fucking years and wrote it into a book that cemented every single fucking move that I made. And so now that shit's like concrete muscle memory. How'd you fucking get here? I'll give you the whole story right now. I'm not gonna, because everybody knows it.
Right.
But like, people don't spend 5 seconds compartmentalizing or like even thinking of the things that just happened, because they're so busy either thinking about how they're going to get a picture or what's going to happen next.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to give you guys a really small example, you get in your car and drive somewhere you've driven before, and how do you ever, you know that feeling when you're on your phone and then you get to the place and you're like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
How did I even get here?
Yeah.
It's like, so it's like we're so unpresent. Like, we're just so fucking, but that's what I want this whole thing to be about, this podcast. What I really want to talk to you about was like, where in your life have you found ways, like, or things that have showed you that allowed you to become more present in your life? That's what I'm trying to understand. Because like, you have obviously vast knowledge about so many different things. You're super fucking creative. You've obviously lived an incredible life, and you've gone out to a point where like people will look and be like, yo, what this guy's done is amazing. But right now at this moment in your life, at the age you are, and all the things that, you know, people, you know, they see of you or they hear of you, or like you were even joking earlier, like, we were before we even got on camera, we were talking about streaming and not doing streaming anymore, because you're like, yo, my personality, I'll just say some shit and then it'll be on a fucking blog somewhere, and it's so interesting to me. So what have you learned about being present though? Like, what are you practicing?
Yeah, I mean, I think like, you know, it's always been really tricky for me, because even before social media, I've always had an overactive mind. My mind is a chaotic, you know, circus, freak show at times. You know what I'm saying? And like, depending on the day, it could be a great show to be a part of, or it could be the worst horror movie you've ever seen in your life. You know what I'm saying? And like, today was a really, I told you, you know, I didn't come on the show yesterday because I was having a rough day, and I woke up this morning, I was like, damn, it's even worse.
Yeah.
I was like, shit, I wish I did the show yesterday. But then I said to myself, I was like, yo, when I sit with Bradley, I feel like I'm sitting with my therapist. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have this thing about you that's able to make people feel so fucking comfortable. And honestly, it's inspirational. It's something that I aspire to, and I feel like I have it as well.
Yeah.
And you know, it was something that I had to use in episodes with like Mike Tyson and Shapiro, and they were like very crazy episodes that needed to be wrangled. And I would look in the eyes of the guest and could feel that connection. And and it would be me staring at the guest for extended periods of time, because I feel like I have that same rapport building quality.
I've been to a lot of therapy.
Yeah, same. So maybe it's something that I've learned along the way. Yeah. But no, being present, I make jokes about it all the time, but for some reason, the water, dude, being near the water, I don't know what it is. And I know this is so not applicable that everybody watches like, oh, let me just go to the fucking water then. Like, I don't know what it is. Even if you could find time to just spend like, or me personally, if I could spend like 30 minutes a week, even in like the water, in a pool, I always make the joke about a lazy river. Like, it's always been a thing. Everybody that watches my content religiously knows about my obsession with lazy rivers. Because when I'm on that tube and I'm floating, there's just something about like the natural current and me not having to do anything, and I just feel so relaxed and at ease in that moment. And they say that water has that capability, and that therapeutic and cathartic, you know. And you put dogs with arthritis into the water and they stop, you know, being in pain and stuff. So I think that exercise. But more than anything, it's just, yo, leave your phone somewhere. Like, put your phone away. Like, when I go out, the one place where I could hit my flow state is on my bike. And we've talked about this a million times.
God,
and a million times it's always been my fault. So I'm not even trying to. You're
We're
like,
gonna go
would you
ride.
please come with me to get a bike? And I'm like, yeah, this week. And then you hit me up and I'm in Shanghai. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is good?
My God.
But like, dude, just being on the bike and just feeling that breeze, So that's great.
By the way, it's been like 7, 8, maybe like, no, it's actually been a year. I think we were talking about doing that. It doesn't matter though. I don't give a fuck.
I really suck.
Me too though, man. Me too.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? When I think about it, man, the thing with the bike, I don't know. I have so many moments like that too, where I'm like, fuck, man. Things I think I'm supposed to do with a person, and I fucking, I don't know, I get so caught up in all the other shit that I'm trying to figure out. And that's what I'm saying. I just keep trying to come back to this conversation about trying to be fucking present. And, it's interesting. You mentioned riding your bike or like being near water, in water, or being in a lazy river. Obviously, I directly relate, like the gym is my like kind of escape. But I think the thing is it's like a form of meditation.
It's what it all comes back down to.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it boils down to is like, yo, where are the
So the
places?
hippies were right.
100%.
The hippies were right.
100%. Like, what is it that's going to put you in a place where you can simply breathe and stop thinking about other shit? And just it's all happiness, dude. Like, honestly, at the end of the day is rooted in gratitude. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, when
I talked to a billionaire the other day who said this. I had this whole conversation about where I'm at in my life, and he's like, the more you could be grateful for the things that you have and show that you're grateful for the things you have, the more you're gonna keep getting straight up.
It's like you get into this habit of saying, I have to do this today. I have to do this today. I have to go to work today.
Yeah.
I have to go to the construction site. I used to have to pick up dog shit because I worked at a fucking dog park. You know what I'm saying? You get to do that stuff. You get to not be in a hospital bed today. You get to not be unemployed today. Yeah. You get to go to the gym, to work out, and to not have amputated limbs today. You get to live another day without cancer. You get to go spend time with your family at Thanksgiving dinner that you said you had to go to. No, you get to do that shit. Yeah. You're lucky as fuck to get to do that shit. You're lucky to just wake up in the morning, take one breath, because there's a lot of people that didn't today. There's a lot of people that didn't wake up today and take that breath. And there's families out there that are like, damn, I wish I had that person in my life. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what this comes down to. That's the crazy part about this. It comes down to perspective. And it's hard. It's hard because when people are in those moments, right, and they live their life and they say, I have to go do this shit because their bills packed up. Their bills packed up and they knew they have to pay these things off, right? Yeah. And again, I hate that I keep being that guy on this podcast right now, but it does come down to being present. Right? Straight up. I hate that I'm doing that. I really mean that because listen, if you go like this, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this. It's like you got yourself into that position somehow, right? Yeah. And it's hard for us to go like, how did I get here? That's why so it's funny how we keep talking about all these things, but I'm asking about you, like, how did you get here? But anyways, point is this, to people listening, it is like Mike is saying, wherever you're at in your life and whatever you're trying to get done, or if you're trying to get out of some job or find a new job, start, and I truly stand by this statement, start being grateful for the things that you're doing, no matter how dumb or how stupid it feels or how much you don't want to do it. Be grateful that like this is just a moment in your life, because if you genuinely want to get to the next moment that you think like I should be doing that, or I could be doing that, or I could be doing this and I would be happier, the only way you're going to get there is by being grateful for the shit you're in right now. 100%. And that's the fucking ironic part. Like the craziest thing to me is how people are constantly looking outwards to like where they're not out yet. And they just constantly focus on that picture that's like in like the, way back there. And let's call it in the fucking green room over here. That I joked about also being a sex room, which obviously it's not. But we're talking about this.
He has a whole green room.
Yeah, I got a whole green room. But we're like looking over there and I'm like, man, it would be so great if I was over there. It'd be so amazing if I was over there. I don't have to do this shit here. But it's like, look, motherfucker, the only way you get over to that room there, or that picture over there, is where you are right fucking now. And start making the changes in your life that you think you need to make, that you've been avoiding because it's too hard, or it's too difficult, or it's uncomfortable, or because you got to let go of control, or like all these things that you're not allowing yourself to do, and you want it so bad, but you don't allow yourself to be there. And then you put this picture and you're constantly like, fuck, man, I got to go do this dumb shit that I don't want to do. And this all comes back to the same fucking thing about being present. Yep. And understanding that, guys, if you want more out of your life, you have to be present in the dumb shit that you're doing now that maybe you just perceived it as being dumb, or you found yourself there. And another thing that comes along with this is accepting responsibility for the fact that you are where you are, not because of someone else, not because of something else, but because of yourself. Yep.
It's all personal responsibility.
And so that's what I keep trying to talk to you about. I'm like, man, I want to understand. It's so funny. And then we talk, and you're so good at talking about, not that you're avoiding anything, but you're like so good. I love this guy.
No, I do. I do. I'm a big avoider, bro. I told you I'm a runner.
What do you think you avoid the most?
Anything that requires discipline or structure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And honestly, like, that's like one of my big downfalls. That's one of my because I literally could be up with at the top, the very top, bro, because I have the talent for it. I got the personality for it. I have more than anything. And people like still don't understand this. I've been preaching about it for fucking years. I have the positive energy and the smile. You know what I'm saying? Like, I swear to God, dude, I tell people this shit all the time. Not only do you need to trust the process and understand that the things that you're doing in your life right now are the building blocks for what you're going to have in the future. Yeah. But you need to be approaching situations with positive energy, because that is what people want to be around. If you cannot bring positivity to a situation, you are setting yourself up for failure immediately. Yeah. And that thought is so counter to social media. Social media is the most negative fucking place on the planet. These kids out there think it's cool to like troll people. They're out there trolling, like making jokes, talking shit about people's bodies, talking shit about people's past, talking shit about heroin, about this, about that, not realizing that they're creating a habit for themselves to be negative people who will go nowhere in life, who will literally go nowhere. And being someone who has come through the stuff that you're talking about, the job that I didn't want, plus all of the other things, bro, there's so many micros that people watching this would never know about me. I can barely walk on this ankle. You probably know this. I mean, I have severe arthritis in this ankle.
I noticed it
tragic, bro. Like, it is 10 out of 10 fucking pain, bro, at all times. I have to do something about it. Another thing I'm running from. You know what I'm saying? I have to get fusion surgery. They have to take the ankle joint out of my leg. I'll have no ankle. Fuck. And they'll fuse my leg to my foot. And that's just how the story goes. It was broken in a robbery in 2008. It happened. And I have to deal with it. But not only do I have to deal with it, but I have to deal with it in a positive fucking manner. And smile and show up and make people feel like I'm not a fucking drag, bro. Yeah. Because
that's got to be hard. It's got to be hard sometimes.
It's so hard, bro. But it doesn't matter. That's like the biggest thing. And like, it is so hard. I mean, we just talked about this on the show last week. And Logan was like, dude, that's like impossible for most people. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? To like, bro, like every day I would wake up in that house and know that I had to go down to do impulsive, even on days when I was having panic attacks getting out of bed, and then try to walk across the room on this fucking, you know what I'm saying? But like, I think that it comes down to perspective and to being present. But to perspective and gratitude for the things that you do have and the things that are going right in your life. Yeah. And more than anything, it's showing up. And I don't know what it was, because I obviously missed a lot of life's lessons as a kid. Yeah. I obviously like didn't get my dad tried with the discipline. He tried with a lot of things. But one thing that I did learn early was show the fuck up. Yeah. Always show up. There's no excuse. And this has been a tough topic this year with a lot of Olympians saying, yo, I can't show up today because my mental illness is too trying on me. It's something that I've had to have balanced conversation around and try to empathize for the situation. What was the main gymnast? I feel like such an idiot.
Oh,
I can't.
Fuck.
Does anyone remember? Whatever. You guys know what I'm talking about now.
Yeah.
I feel like an idiot. But she couldn't show up for press, and Simon. I can't remember the fucking last name. Anyway,
Biles, I think.
Yeah, Biles. Yeah. Yep. She couldn't show up for press because she was having an issue with her anxiety and stuff like that. And so I think there's a balance there, and I understand that, and I've had my moments, but you know that when I walk off the show sweating, my ass is fucking coming back. Yeah. You know that because it happened here. It happened here right before the first episode. And I had to leave, and I had to go in the bathroom, and I had to fucking deal with that shit, bro, and my nerves and the anxiety and the panic, bro. And then I came back here and delivered one of the best fucking episodes I've ever done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So like people need to show up, bro. You need to show up, and you need to show up with an attitude that is conducive to collaborative effort.
Well, that's what it's about. Like I said, we keep talking about the same shit again. I'm that guy talking about being present, but like in order for you to genuinely succeed at whatever the fuck you're trying to do, it's to do a podcast episode, have a good conversation with a girl, talk to your friend that you have to have an issue with, or talk to a boss or a loved one or a fan. Like you have to bring your best self to it, even when you might feel like shit. Like just straight up. I know it's like it's so much easier said than done, but really genuinely think about this. If you want something out of your life, if you want something out of a relationship, if you showed up and you were like, this shit's not going to work out. Yeah. Well, it's much, much more likely that it's not going to work out. And so people tend to go into situations like that. And this is the crazy thing. We're talking about being present again, though, in social media. People base their own success off of like a perceived success of someone else.
100%.
Without understanding what actually goes into that person's success. Yep. And the reason why the biggest thing to me when I go into like shows, or the whole point of me in this show, and what I think about when I try to get into, and maybe to some people listening might sound like, you know, dumb or like fucking like I'm repetitive sometime by nature in the questioning, but I'm trying to figure out with people, specifically you in this situation right now, like how did you get to where you're at, and how like you found yourself in this situation and what you've learned, because people can relate to you in so many different levels. But I want to make that known that like, guys, if you really want something out of your life, like Mike is saying, like I'm trying to say, you have to go into it with a positive mentality. But if you're, and this is the thing I'm trying to figure out like by talking to you, is like, if we're so sucked into our fucking phones all the time, and this is the thing we're going to talk about, I'm going to ask you about this whole metaverse shit in a second, but we're so sucked into our phones, and it seems like we're only going further and further into this like level of integration of technology and humans, which I think at some point, like we're basically going to be like a part of, like robots are a part of humans. Yeah, cyborgs.
Or like hybrids, yeah.
So it's like, how the fuck are we, is our exact, like the way we interact, the way it's going to be completely different. 100%. And I think this is a part of the beginning of this change, that like, it is hard for us to be present, like as a 100%. Fucking human. And it's, I'm not saying this is like I mean, it is kind of a terrible thing, but
it seems like it is. And the only thing that I can say about it is I have seceded. I have said, you know what, like this is happening, and I fought it for so long, dude. I was like, dude, this is bad, bro. Suicide rates are up. Body dysmorphia is up. You know, kids having low self-esteem is up. We know what the phones are doing. Yeah. Facebook knows
low
what the phones are
testosterone,
doing. All that shit's up. Yeah. And I want to talk about testosterone later too. Because I know there's some people watching that.
No, we'll get into that.
I have a whole conversation, but we know what's happening. Yeah. It's no surprise, but it's happening. It is fucking happening. And it's like, what are we gonna do? Be like, what? We're gonna show up like Terminator at the Verizon offices and be like, yo, like this isn't okay. What the fuck are they gonna say?
Right, but this is the thing that's making us less present.
Yeah, 100%. So you gotta try to come up with micro solutions to that issue. Yeah. From a macro standpoint, that issue will not be solved. That issue will continue to follow the capitalist structure that
it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Sure. Yeah.
And metaverse is an example of it. You know what I'm saying? And as a millennial on the edge of booming, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not even that far out from it. Like I hate this shit. I think it's disgusting. I think it's fucking stupid, and I've leveraged clout and social media for my grand scheme of storytelling and being a creative and success in my career, but I fucking hate all this shit. I think it's the most surface level bullshit, dumb shit ever, bro. Like corny as fuck, dude. Like luckily I've always been able to stay in my own lane of my content. I just say turn the camera on. I'm not out here like, yo, no offense to anybody that's filling their pool with Orbeez. But like, I'm not doing that shit. Me neither. I'm showing up and saying, yo, I flew this chick out, film it. I think this cheeseburger is the best cheeseburger in the fucking city, film it. Yeah. Like this is how, I'm just showing you how I live. Yeah. That's it. And by the way, trying to infuse some value. There's not much on the night shift. It's basically pure entertainment. The value's coming from podcasts like this one and Impulsive, but like, social media is corny, dog. It is so whack, bro. Like there's no, I mean, shit, they automated creativity with TikTok. They said, you can't think of an idea. Here's a trend and a sound.
Just follow
Go make a face.
Yeah, it's real.
And you could be a creative genius too.
You literally just put this sound in, and it makes it like factually. Just guys listening, like it will make you will get more views on that content because it's a trending sound.
100%.
Straight up.
And then I don't think there's ever been a cornier time to be in the creative set. It's and I hate to sound like that, like Debbie Downer.
Yeah.
But like, dude, I think people know that.
Meanwhile, we're talking about being really positive.
Yeah.
No, man, I was like, no, I get it though.
But I think now listen. Now on that same note, there is a small subset of creatives who have done a great job. I mean, dude, Mr. Beast is a phenom.
Yeah,
Mr. Beast is a genius amongst mortals. And by the way, Logan has a good amount of storytelling success as well that is deserving of respect. And
how many views in 100+ million?
Let's stick on Beast for a second.
Fuck.
I mean, shit, he pulled, what was it? It was like 100 million views in the first week.
I think he has 115 million views.
He did 42 million. We're talking about the Squid Games video, obviously. He did 42 million views in the first 24 hours. I mean, he's just operating on a level that no one else is. No one's even close. He's willing to take risk and put money into
I wonder how much money he put into that.
He said it was about $3.5 to $4 billion. I mean, we're talking about movie budgets.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
this
he
dude
got
is
sets built and shit.
Yeah. This dude's operating on another spectrum, and so it's like, don't allow me to boil social media as a whole down to this cornball shit.
We're talking about the majority.
The majority of it is a tragedy, and the worst part about it is these people will waste their lives creating garbage, jumping on dicks, on trends, on bullshit, and not focusing on pursuits that can make the money or pursuits that can. They're like, yo, I got 8,000 on Instagram, so I'm gonna do a reel every day to a sound, pop and lock it in. Dog, go out and really think about what you're saying right now.
Yeah.
So this shit is not for everybody, and we talked about it earlier.
Yeah.
We said every kid wants to grow up to be a creator.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a lot of fucking sad kids, dude. There's going to be a lot of sad adults that are like, shit,
it didn't work
I can't
out.
even get a fucking dollar right now because I was trying to be a YouTuber or whatever. I'm not saying don't follow your dreams, but you got to be realistic about opportunity and about what you have. And also don't just say, oh, well, it's going to be hard, so I'm not going to do it. Know what you're going to do instead.
Yeah.
What is your strength? What's your true strength? Yo, like, stop making TikToks because you're a phenom on the piano. Stop making shorts on YouTube because you're nasty at cooking. You know what I'm saying?
Learn how to play to your strengths for sure.
Yeah.
And I think too, just in this space in general, like overall, the people who are going to succeed and continue to succeed, like I said earlier, even are the people who are more in touch with like not necessarily making this kind of content, but just themselves.
Yes.
And because that's the thing, like we talk about TikTok as a whole. I love that. I think it's amazing. There's tons of cool content there. But like you're saying, there's tons of actual just like regurgitation of everything.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you're constantly, think about this as a content creator, if you're making your content based on what everyone else is doing, then you're constantly one step behind, right? And it's not a genuine story of you. And the same thing, like even people who, build their content up around negativity, like people who just make content about, drama or whatever. And it's like you're constantly a step behind.
Quite a few of those channels.
Yeah. And
it's generally the commentary community.
Yeah.
I'm not going to name any names, but like the commentary community is like, it took me so long to like
be
not
okay with
give
it.
a fuck.
Yeah, to be okay.
It took me like 2 years, but now like I quite literally could give a fuck what any of these people. They do like if this then that. Like, oh, he said this, so then this is happening. And the audience is like, he's so right.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, these motherfuckers know nothing.
Yep.
They know absolutely nothing about anything. So you have to just look at it and be like, okay, all of these like investigative channels and commentary channels, they're just doing the same thing as everybody else. They're just trying to survive, make money.
Yeah,
so I say
views.
kudos to them, make your money. But it's on the responsibility is on the viewer of those channels to be like, wow, I can't believe they were able to pull that shit out of their fucking ass because they don't know shit. They know nothing.
Yeah.
Literally nothing.
There was a whole thing that went down. I didn't want to get into that shit.
Dog, I was going through it all year. And I think like, I'm not going to say the name of any organizations or any channels on the investigative side, but like, I think the outcome from that was the right one in some areas.
Yeah.
I think that the core issue that was being dealt with, this is just slippery stuff because I want to dive into it, but there was a lot there as well I'll just say that was equally just not knowing what the fuck they were talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, there is a
bullshit.
large just to sum it up. I would say there is. I mean, for the people watching this kind of stuff or just that kind of content in general, this is the simplest thing to understand. Just as much as I do a video, for example, like let's say with Steve will do it, right? Because I know Steve will do it. It was massively trending. Is massively trending on YouTube.
Yep.
And if I put his name in a title, I'll get more views.
Absolutely.
Or if someone puts my name in a title with Steve or something like, they're going to get more views. This is also how those people made money, was getting views. So
100%.
without doing any actual collaboration with the person, but instead, maybe picking apart what a person is doing could allow them to then put them in the title and create revenue. It's so I call it what you want, but at the same time, I just remember seeing all this and be like, oh, this is interesting. Like people literally base their content around other people to make money while
100%.
telling their audience though that other people that, oh, that person's a bad guy because he did that to make money. But it's like, oh, but I could.
Well, I mean, listen, like I think at the end of the day, like, we're all marketing our content however we see the most outcome, the best outcome.
Right. But I sit here next to you and I go, I did a podcast with Mike and I say, okay, this is my title and this is what it's about. And we're here together.
Right.
Versus like, it's like almost like the person on the outside who's like, well, I'm not in those situations. So let me do whatever I can get,
right.
to just put that name.
Like back to that exact situation. There's a competitive organization company that does the exact same thing, exact same business model for both of the comparative companies.
Right.
But they use people like George Clooney, who, by the way, gets no clicks on YouTube. Yeah. Who do you think they're going to say was involved in a scandal?
Of course.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they're just going to title and put whoever they can in the thumbnail to drive views.
Yeah.
Because then after that video comes out, they got to go back to 60,000 views, 80,000 views.
Right.
They want those videos that they put out to pop up, so they're going to do it.
So that's the only perspective I'm drawing, is drawing the perspective of like, just as much as like someone saying XYZ, whatever, be it wrong, not wrong, just immoral, not immoral, whatever. Their whole intention is to make money.
But what they don't realize is that, because I clickbait, we all do.
Yeah,
we all do it. That's the name of the game.
Yeah.
Except when we do it, we're not putting the reputation and lives of people at stake in doing so.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I've seen some rampant shit this year that was fucked up, that put people that did not deserve to be put in the fucking crosshairs in the crosshairs.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. It really is fucked up. And I think the people that do that stuff and that community really has to brush aside some of their own morals and ethics to say, yo, I'm going to fuck this person's life up without definitive proof in doing so.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
And that's the thing. It's like, that's like part of the double edge where it's like, all right, so you can destroy, you're willingly, like, where it almost reminds me of, I don't even want to get into it, but like the COVID shit. I don't even want to talk about it. We can't even talk about this shit.
Ironically,
we're gonna have to cut this bit a little.
No. I mean, you cut whatever you want. I don't give a shit about that.
I don't care.
But I've hit my saturation point with that too. I don't even know what to say anymore.
What about the new variant?
Just leave it alone. Here's the one thing I will say. Los Angeles has lost its way.
Yeah.
With that. And you know better than anybody.
I know. Hold on.
Let me say this. I have been the best little sheep. I have been the best little sheep. I wore my mask the whole time. They said, go get the vaccine. I got both fucking doses. I have been that little sheep because you want to know why? It was the same thing as like, openly discussing, like written, like all of those things that pop up. I don't give a fuck. I have a million other fucking things going on. I knew they were going to start impeding travel. I knew they were going to start putting the fucking hammer down if you didn't follow the rules. So I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to fucking do this shit. And I'm not, by the way, I'm not saying everybody should apply this to their lives. I'm not saying like do whatever the fuck you want. Here's where I'm starting to run into an issue in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
I'm double vaxxed. I get a PCR every fucking 3 days for travel or production shit. And I'm still wearing a mask in the gym.
Yeah.
But not to the club, where I am packed like a sardine with a million fucking people without vaccinations. But when I go to the gym and show my double vax and my PCR from the day earlier, they're like, can you pull your mask up all the way over your nose, please, while I'm running on a treadmill dying?
I just can't do it.
Like, bro, like Los Angeles has, like every other state, I believe is operating under some form of common sense. Like, you're double vax? Come on in. We feel like that's a good enough solution for the situation. Maybe don't sit too close to everybody, whatever. Give people a little bit of space. Los Angeles is like, oh, you're double vax? Wear your mask to the gym, even when you're on the in a room with no one else doing fucking calisthenics. But when you get to the club around 60,000 people, take the shit off and sneeze on each other.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on here?
No,
dude?
it's sad, man. It's just genuinely sad. Like, and it's also sad when I got to the end. I'm getting to the end of the line completely with this now, and it's like, I thought after doing what I was supposed to, like they're telling me I was going against what they were saying, I figured like I'd be like locked up or some shit at the end of the line. And they're like, hey, like we'll just,
right. I know.
We good? I'm like, oh, okay. Like, what the fuck?
I don't think there's a salute. Like, dude, Los Angeles has a lot of weird and zany, laws. And I don't want to get into like vaccine efficacy. I don't want to get into any of that bullshit, but it just seems like right now we're a little bit overlayered in this city, like, but then also underlayered. Like,
it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it's felt that way for a long time. It really has, man.
Speaking of shots, I want to get into this before I forget, and then I want to keep going and just get into whatever else you have. Dude, okay, so I'm 36, and I obliterated my like central nervous system, my brain with heroin, acid, crack, everything under the sun, right?
Yeah.
And I think like I realized like probably in my like late 20s that my like sex drive, even though like I'm clearly good.
We're
like,
talking about testosterone now.
Yeah.
Let's go, baby.
I know, okay, here we go. So like I realized that like I was like foggy, my mind was foggy, I was like kind of downtrodden all the time.
Yeah.
Like I've always kind of been like that, but like even more so. And like sometimes like I was just like not really like my libido was a little bit lower and like wasn't like getting that workout in the gym. So I started to like look around at my peers in my age group, and I'm like, oh shit, like Rogan's takes tests, like,
HRT,
and wait, you take tests? Wait, he takes tests? He called it the fountain of youth. Like what the fuck is good? You know what I'm saying? So like maybe like 3-4 months ago, I started having someone stick a needle in my ass at a doctor's office, obviously.
Let's go.
And I started taking like, I think like what is like a half a, like it's like a 0.5.
Yeah,
I get.
It depends how much is normally like HRT cells brew at like 200. So
yeah, okay.
So you're taking like half an ml. What?
Yeah.
How many times a week?
Once. And they were like, it's not enough. That's what they said to me. They were like, you should be taking more, right? But I'm very skeptical, especially when needles are involved.
And I get it.
So I started taking it, and dude, like my sex drive was like crazy, bro. Yeah. Like because I was not low T. Like when they tested me, I was at like a 520 or something like that.
That's almost low.
Yeah, because they were like, but that's even kind of low for 36. But we want to get you back to like 24, 25 range on your test, right? So, dude, I get this shit. I'm like, dude, I'm animal all of a sudden. Like, I'm just like laying crazy pipe. Like, I'm in the gym. I'm like, so I'm bench pressing like 800,000 pounds. Like, I'm like a fucking psychopath, right? So, and like my mood's better. Like, I just feel better.
Yeah.
And then like, bro, I'll be like traveling. And like, I'll be like, oh shit, I was supposed to go get that other shot 7 days ago. You know what I'm saying?
You got to be consistent with this.
Yes, I know. So as I told you earlier, structure and discipline are not my strong suits. Bro, like, so when I woke up today, it had been like 16 days since I got my last shot.
Oh, you're fucking up.
I know. So when I woke up today, I was like, so here's my question.
Go ahead.
Do I want to layer in that like other pill that regulates your natural production or regulates your estrogen levels?
You talking about other pills?
Yeah, there's like a pill that you take that will help make sure your body still.
Do you know what it's called? Because normally that'd be like HCG.
Yeah, that's what everybody was saying. But
so HCG, like if you're taking low enough testosterone, then you could also include HCG. Because that will keep you kind of like your nuts fuller. Yeah. Keep your bodies like
I just have been like nervous
swimmers.
about just like all these like things. Like
no, man, these are it's so fucking normal.
Right.
Especially at the age. And if you're starting to feel that way, for sure.
But I'm going to just do this shit forever, yeah?
Yeah.
Damn.
But you're not taking like body. You're not trying to be a bodybuilder. That's
maybe I am. Maybe I'm here to make an announcement today. Okay. Tomorrow I'm going to 2 milliliters.
No. See, that's the thing, right? No.
Fucking go nuts.
Dude. That's the thing. Like the HRT is not that, right? It's not bodybuilding doses.
It's like mood, it's libido.
It's just the whole point of it is to get you to like a point where you feel amazing.
Yeah.
And you don't, you're not taking so much. You're like, I'm so concerned about building muscle mass. You're just trying to be as healthy as possible at your age.
Yeah, facts.
And that will start to, as you get older, you might need a little more, a little less. The The most important thing behind this is actively getting your blood work done and seeing what's going on.
I haven't done that. I haven't done.
Yeah, so
I could be at like a 1200 right now. And I wouldn't even fucking know. You know what I'm saying? So
I think you're probably extremely low right now if you said you haven't taken it for like 16
I got
days.
it today.
Yeah.
And this morning I felt like shit. Now I'm like getting back into the groove.
Yeah.
It was like perfect.
So
time.
you'll notice too. So I don't know. Obviously, I don't know anything about like your blood work. I mean, you could send me this stuff and I can look at it afterwards.
Yeah, I'd love that.
But it's like the things that will start to happen will be like, you know, your estrogen might start rising and stuff like other things. And there's obviously, you know, your doctors, whatever, who prescribe these things to you will say, oh, you can do this or do that. But yeah, I'm more than happy to look at it, help you.
Yeah, it's awesome.
For sure. But no, it's bro, it's life fucking changing.
I mean, dude, it's definitely been in the bedroom, bro. Like,
Yeah.
like it's just been like had way more like just stamina.
You're
just,
a warrior,
like,
bro.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but also just with mood and stuff like that, and it's definitely made me a little bit more clear minded. That's just something that I've struggled with a lot. As a result of like the drugs and like the abuse that I did to my body in my adolescence, is like that foggy mind.
Yeah.
And like that's why like writing for me has always been my strongest suit, because I can take the thoughts and I can take time with them and I can take time to put them on a page. And that's why like the first book just exploded.
Yeah.
And honestly, was it out when I came on last time?
I think it had just come out.
Bro, that's the best selling book to come out of the creator space. Ever.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not surprised.
I mean, dude, I'm literally like in shock.
Because
like,
I haven't dropped mine yet.
100%.
No, I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you.
Well, but like the people, bro, like that's like the thing that like makes me feel safe in my life, having known that I did something that will stand the test of time. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember when I put it out, I was like, damn, dude, like if I sell 120 copies of this shit, dude, I'm gonna be screaming like, oh my god, 120 people know the intimate details of my life. And it's like I sold 200,000 copies in the past fucking like in the first like year, that book, like the audiobook and the book combined. It's just been like
it's amazing,
a wild ride. I'll go to restaurants, I'll go to restaurants or like airports and stuff. People will walk out of the closet with it, be like, I brought this to work every day hoping that you'd come in. You changed my life. You saved my life. Like we were just talking about it earlier. Like it's just crazy to just like know that just
that's
so
the
many
biggest.
people have read it.
I mean, that's the thing, like all this type of just content in general, the thing that I've been, the bodybuilder guy, the worker guy, lift the girls, do the crazy shit. But the best response and what I've always felt most fulfilled was when people be like, yo, they saw the episode with me and you. They saw the video where I talked about my father. They saw the, years ago when I talked about this or that. That's always been the thing that is given me purpose now. Once I started to see that and realize that, I was like, whoa, this is where I want to go closer towards. Like, this is what I want to do more of.
Yeah, absolutely.
If I'm going to keep making content, I want to feel that.
Absolutely.
I don't want it to just be about, oh, I lifted this chick up to get views. And like, yeah, I know I did that in the past, but like, I realized that was fun because you got people in, and I knew that you needed that to get people in. But the thing that always made me feel like, well, I felt good is when I'm reading those comments on YouTube and I'm like, someone's talking about their life or saving their life, or all the interactions I've had with people that like straight up said they didn't kill them. I've had so many.
It's nuts.
I've met people flew out here. So it's like, that's always the most fulfilling thing. And that's what gives me true, genuine like purpose in my life, man.
And there's not that many people in the space that can say that. There's not that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's always going to be a fan out there of like a creator, and they're going to be like, oh, like your ability to make me laugh. And I'm not downplaying that. Your ability to make me laugh, like, helped me with my anxiety. And I see that in my own comments sometimes, or like made me forget about the world for 20 minutes of the length of your vlog. But like, dude, to be able to reach into someone's soul like that and implant something that fucking changes the way they look at the world, and changes the way that they look at their own trauma, and makes them feel something that is greater than any of that other surface level material bullshit, is something that like I still have not come to terms with. I still have not understood that impact, bro. You know what I'm saying? To have people just like, bro, like I've had people just start crying their fucking eyes out when they see me, and I just hug them. I'm like, I don't know what to say to you, dog. You know what I'm saying? They're like, dude, like, I lost my mom to addiction, or my little brother, you know what I'm saying? And like reading your book, bro, like it put everything in perspective, and it made my life feel livable again. Yeah. And bro, I'll cry. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit fucks with me. It's like something that I've had to struggle to even like be able to deal with that impact, having that level of impact on another human being, bro. It's like, wild,
I'm just
bro.
I'm grateful because, and I guess the thing I want to say to everyone listening is like, and this is the thing that I try to preach in a lot of my content, is like, they'll look at someone like you or someone like me based on our stories and based on our circumstances and say thank you. And, and then they're like, yo, this helped me change my life. But I just want to make this really, really clear. It's like, how do I say this without sounding like without crying too? I've been crying a lot lately on my podcast.
Dude, you're lucky I got that test shot today.
Your estrogen. Oh shit!
I'd be bawling my eyes out.
Like the thing that's so like, I don't know how to say this. Like people watching this or listening to this, you see content and like we're talking about it from this level of like, oh, we have all these viewers, these people who send us this stuff. But the true thing that's really powerful here for everyone listening is like, you don't need a platform. You don't need millions of followers. Like this can happen genuinely just in your life, one-on-one with your friend. Like, and that's what saves the people that like, for example, I know we talked about in your past, we went into this in detail in the other podcast, but like there's people in your life that you could draw direct relationships to be like, this person was a part of like kind of saving you, to helping you to
absolutely
not be where you are right now, but to take you out of a moment where you were then to now. Without that, would you be exactly the Mike that you are today? Right? So I've gone through so much stuff in my life and I've had so many interactions and conversations with people that I'm like, holy shit, like I didn't even realize when I was doing this that it was going to help this many people. And then the thing that I realized was even before I ever got on social media, like I would have conversations with like just friends of mine about their life. And like, you know, you talk about me being like a therapist or whatever. It's funny because it's my own desire for trying to find that for me. I tried to find that for me my entire life growing up because I was trying to get understanding of why am I here? Why did this happen to me? What is death? Why did my father take his life? Why am I, you know, why do I feel like I'm not good enough? Why would my father leave me like that? Why me? Right? And then it's so interesting because I would have conversations way before the internet, way before podcasts existed, way before with just friends. And I'm like 16, 17 years old. And I have these moments with friends and they'd be like, wow, I was like, damn, like, I really appreciate you. And it'd be a simple, like, you know, dap them up. I'll appreciate you, bro. But what I'm trying to tell you guys listening is you don't need to have millions of followers or write a book or like have a fucking podcast. You can legit just have conversations with people in your life that you know are kind of struggling and you could change their fucking life, man. And that's what's so fucking crazy to me because it does start just right there. It's not about having a big platform. It's about being willing to go to identify something and be like, you know what? That person looks like they need someone. Whether it's you exactly, they just need someone.
Yep. No, you're 100% right. And honestly, like that part of me is like, I think that part of me has suffered a little bit because of my desire to spread that message on a mass scale. And I think there's a lot of people from in my life that have been missing me lately. You know what I'm saying? That have needed me. And it's another pill that I've had to fucking swallow of just knowing that like, you know, someone in my immediate family or someone in my extended family or friends, you know, can't get to me because I'm fucking trying to create shit like this. You know what I'm saying? And it's been a balancing act. And it's something that I lately have been trying to really to like hone in on and make sure that I get back to my roots and make sure that my people are taken care of. But you're exactly right. Like, bro, the impact you can have in someone's life by simply, you know, saying, yo, I'm here for you.
Yeah,
like,
just
I'm
being an
fucking
ear.
here
Just
for
being
you.
an ear.
I'm here to listen to you. I'm here to hear what you have to say. And like, you just gotta check on your fucking people, bro. You have to, man. You gotta ask, like take yourself out of the equation completely, dude.
Yeah.
Like I'm here for you. I want to help you. And I know it sounds cliche, but like just being there to just reassure them that you know other people have gone through stuff like that, and that you've gone through stuff like that, and be able to provide that viewpoint. Because one thing that you asked me earlier, like one thing that I've learned, and like my biggest learning, and I it's not my biggest. I don't know that I have a biggest learning. There's been so many, dude. Like this life has taught me so many lessons. There's no professor, there's no teacher, there's no principal, there's no mentor, guru on this planet that will teach you what life teaches you. There's just not. It's just living. That's the teacher.
Because it's so unique. Like we all experience
have different paths.
At
There's
certain
no
times
cookie cutter. Exactly. So like, there's no perfect lesson. There's no one thing that sticks out to me that much more than anything else. But like one thing that I've been relying on lately when it comes down to mental health and more so mental illness and just mindset and your feelings about life is that it's so important to remember to zoom out. It is so important to remember to zoom out because mental illness, the hardest part of it is the unpredictability of it. no reason why that day you woke up and said, I'm going to kill myself today. There's not always a reason. Sometimes there's triggers when you look back, but like some days you just wake up and you're like, dude, like I don't fucking either. I don't want to be here anymore, or I can't do this today, or today, you know, like I'm so depressed. I don't want to get out of bed. I'm so anxious. I can't go to the grocery store today. I'm fucked up. Yeah. And you start to dive into that shit, and you get so sucked into it that like all of a sudden that day leaks into the next day, and you're fucked up bad. And it's so important to remember to zoom out, dude, and to look at the trajectory that is your life and all of the things that you've been through, all of the trials and tribulations that you fought and lived through, and just know that 3 days ago you didn't feel like that. 3 days from now, you're not going to feel like that anymore. And people just need to always remember that this shit is, that there's nothing in life that isn't temporary. And I mean that in a good way and a bad way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Life is fleeting, bro. Shit changes. It's a moving landscape. Yeah. And so at any time, you could feel completely different. And so you gotta remember to zoom out, especially on those bad days, dude. Yeah. And recognize how far you've come and how much shit you've been through and how well you've done. And you should be how proud of yourself you should be for fucking still being here and doing the things that you're doing.
Yeah, that's a fact, man. I can't even say it better than that. You know, it's like I want to say something in relationship to that, but you just put it as simple as it is. It is really that simple. And to give yourself the perspective, like you said, of the rest of your life, not just being in that one moment that feels like the worst place in your life, to zoom back and go, okay, you know, yes, that is there and that is existing, but how many other beautiful moments are there in your life that you're now, if you know, you say, okay, today's the day that I'm ending my life, you're saying you're giving up the rest of any other moments because you're so convinced that it's never going to get better. But I fucking promise you, it does.
It does. It really does. Fucking does. And it like, honestly,
I've been in those moments, and I know you've been in those moments. And I could say without a doubt, like, would I be here? No. Like, but I'm here because I was like, okay, I know it can get better. And look at my life, dude. Like, I'm so, like, the fact that I'm sitting on a couch fucking, like, recording what I have to say on a fucking microphone so that people listen to it and they're like, whoa, Brad, you're so cool, or like, I appreciate what you said, it's fucking insane. If I go back and I go to that 6-year-old who lost his father and who hung himself in the fucking garage, and like, you see that, right? And then you're like, okay, that kid, and then he grew up and I struggled so much about like, what's my worth? I'm not good enough, right? And so now I'm this person, I get to sit and I get to talk on a couch next to another person who's I don't know, equally or more or less. It's not about that, but like, you're doing so many amazing things, and I get to have this conversation about life and what matters and how it matters to people on a fucking microphone and some cameras, and that's my business now. That's my life now. That's like, it's insane. If you would have told that 6-year-old that, fuck no.
Yeah.
Impossible. There's no way that 6-year-old believed that he can get here, but I'm fucking here.
Yeah.
So like, I just want to give the perspective to everyone listening, like whatever it is you're going through, like you said, zoom out and give it a little more time. Give it a little more time, even more than you want to give it.
Yeah. Dude, listen, like there's so many passages in the book about dragging yourself. You know what I'm saying? There's so many passages in the book about just going through that mud and just like continuing to crawl on days when you're like, yo, I got nothing left. I got nothing left, bro. Because the speed at which this life will allow you to go from crawling through the mud to being on your knees to back on your feet to walking to running to sprinting to on a rocket ship to doing this kind of fucking shit is crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts.
It's fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah.
And it's honestly, there's never been a time on this planet where it was as possible to go from a place where you are at the end of the fucking line and you have nothing left to give to having a flourishing fucking career and everything you ever dreamed of.
Yeah. No, that's a fact. Right now, today in the 2021 shit, that's a fact, man. Like, you literally, like, you nailed it. You fucking nailed it. But it's crazy because at the same exact time now that we run into all these other issues about being present, because of also the same capabilities that we all have now at our fingertips, like to be able to make this content, to be able to be on the internet, to be so engaged, right? So it's this whole like
double-edged sword.
It's fucking crazy, dog.
Too, I know, and when I talk about the burnout and shit in the beginning of the episode, you know, it's funny because, you know, my mom, you know, is my North Star on everything, and like I always look to her for you know, guidance when things get tough, and she I always expected her to be like, no, take your break, you know, take your break. every time I tell her, she's like, yo, there's motherfuckers dependent on you.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, there's people out there who literally, she's like, she reads all the comments. My mom reads all the comments. She answers every like, she's one of those moms.
Yeah, that's
oh
my
my
mom.
God. Like, she sends them to me.
She sends them to
She
me.
sends them to me. She's like, you should respond to this kid. He's so
Oh
cute.
my God, my
he said
mom.
this. I go, Mom, I have 36,000 of these messages right now of this exact message. I physically can't. All I can do is keep making content like this to talk to everybody.
Yeah.
And occasionally, obviously, I'll reach out or I'll see people in person. But she's like, dude, you got people depending on you. And it's so funny. I'm like, damn, I thought she was going to be out here like, dude, take a break. And she's like, nah, no breaks, dude. You got to make the content.
Yeah.
And honestly, I do it. I never thought that I would get to a point where I felt so responsible and so accountable to my audience. Like, these people do really like, because you want to know why? In my circumstance or in your circumstance, when they know the backstory and they know where you came from to get to where you're at now, even without talking in a motivational or inspirational sense, just being there and showing up and doing dope shit shows them that it's possible to go from where you are to doing dope shit. Yeah. And so the more dope shit you do and like going out and like creating content even against all odds when you're like, yo, I need a break. Like, they're like, dude, I can do it too.
Yeah.
He's burnt out. Look, he's still going. He's still going. He's still out there creating content because he wants to win.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I know where he was. He wasn't a winner. He was the opposite. You know what I'm saying? And so like, dude, like that's just another thing that I felt. I basically what I'll do is I'll run it to a point where I'm like, okay, now I'm threatening myself for my audience. Which, by the way, I've probably gotten close, but like, you know, it's so hard to like not create that content for them.
Yeah. Dude, I'm grateful, man. I'm so fucking blessed to be at this point in my life. I don't even know how it's like.
You're like, I don't even know how I got here.
Yeah, I don't. I do because I did a bunch of shit, but like at the same time, like it does blow my mind still. It's like the fact that I have all these businesses now that are at this crazy fucking level. Like even over the last year, since I rebranded my original company, which was which was Being Fit Gear, into Raw Gear, what it is now, and it's exploded. Like it's fucking like 10x'd. So I'm like, holy fuck, it was already great. Now it's at this trajectory that's like astronomical, and it's like I could just it blows my mind, bro.
I don't have that's one thing I don't have, and like we didn't do any business stuff today, and obviously like I have that whole sector of my life as well, like love business. Yeah. The one thing I don't really have like outside of like investments and that passive income is that IP build and passive product build. Which I'm envious, but also inspired by you on because, you know, like I had the merch and the clothing. I mean, dude, I would do, you know, $100,000+ on drops, and that was great. It was amazing. It was amazing. But I kind of moved away from it because I wasn't building IP that was going to be long lasting IP, and I wasn't super proud of it. And so, right now, that's another thing that I'm working. So you asked earlier what's next, and I think it's like I don't know where we are for time. I don't have to.
No,
do
go.
anything,
I don't give
like,
a fuck. Yeah, go.
Yeah. Working on the second book is one thing. I also think that the format that I've built with the night shift around food and travel is okay. So lately I've become obsessed with Bourdain's story.
Oh my God,
obviously,
guy's
like,
a legend.
Obviously, like the ending of the story is not something that I want to replicate, obviously.
Of course not.
But there is a tremendous. I don't even want to say this because I don't want anyone to take it out of context and say that I'm even remotely comparing myself to him. Yeah. Because this dude was a fucking genius, bro.
Legend.
Like a god, bro. Legend. I just watched the Roadrunner documentary on him the other day. And but like East Coast born, Massachusetts, heroin addict, you know, obsessed with food, wrote a book in the very beginning of his career, took that bookstore to television, dealt with depression.
Let's just not end it that way.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
so that's
okay.
so I just have to skip that last step. You know what I'm saying? Like just make sure that doesn't happen, which, you know, that's great. So, but I think that I don't think this, but the format that I've created in the night shift having to do with food and lifestyle and travel is similar in certain ways, at least, or at least has a taste of what he was doing. Once again, not comparing myself to him, but there is some interest in the agency, I think, space, and at least on the management side, on our side, to blowing that out into a potential like television series. And we've been looking at this for like
What network?
I don't know yet. I don't even know what the package looks like or any of that stuff. But I could totally see myself being that guy that like goes and absorbs different cultures.
Dope, yeah.
Like shows up at the Hanukkah dinner in Israel, or,
Dude, I would love that.
and just goes to different places. Originally, when we discussed it with in development with the agencies in the beginning, it was supposed to be share of food and sex culture exploration around the world. So I go to different countries, explore food and sex and how sex operates in different countries. I don't know what it will end up being, but that's something that I could totally see happening. And then working on the second book, the podcast. Is weird because of Impulsive and
your podcast.
Yeah.
Right.
And so we're just
Have you been shooting episodes?
nah. I haven't even started yet.
Because I was like, where the fuck was my invite?
No, you're
God
definitely
damn
coming
it.
on. No. It hasn't started yet. Because I'm just trying to understand and balance the two, and just like it's funny because like.
I already got my title for this video now.
Well,
so funny.
I can't wait. but as someone that Logan obviously put on, I'd like to double check that people are comfortable with my other initiatives.
Of
and I
course.
think we've talked about it, and I think he is. Because like, dude, listen, like there's not a lot of big podcast hosts out there that aren't running like a couple different gigs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Like Theo Vaughn,
all
Schaub, like
they're
all
all
those
on
guys, bro.
multiple
They're all Andrew Schultz. Like
Yep.
they have 15 fucking shows, and so like the idea of building out infrastructure for myself and for longevity of my career,
You gotta do it.
Yeah, it's
I think it's a
something
great
he
idea.
would never say no, but
No.
I like to triple check to make sure that he's comfortable with my other projects, just because he did put me on in such a massive way. You know what I'm saying? So.
Well, that's rare, man. I mean, a lot of people, it's funny, like nowadays, like people get put on and they're like, oh, so they turn around like no one helped them. You know, like what the fuck?
I haven't said it enough. I'm so thankful to that kid, and he knows it, but I haven't said it enough publicly, and the public always wants to know it as much as well. Like, bro, the kid fucking took a shot in the fucking dark chance and said, yo, there's something in this dude that I want to be around, and I want to have him be a part of the project. And he obviously made the right decision, and we built great things together. But yeah, fucking everything back to that initial chance. You know, and also the hard work and the talent and all those things. But like, dude, he was the 50 Cent to my Lloyd Banks. You know what I'm saying? Like without 50, it's like, dude, does Lloyd make it? Or like Jordan and Pippen. Like, is Pippen a Hall of Famer if Jordan never, was
It's not
there?
that. It's not that. Obviously, it's not It's not a argument of your work ethic and how much work you do and how hard you work. Because I know that like directly, and I actually know how much you add to that. Like your creative value.
People don't even know half of.
I know that
of
for
what
sure.
the real, what that real relationship looks like. I mean, no.
I'm sure I don't even know the full amount, but I do know what I know of you.
Yeah.
The things that you add, just besides being like the face, because like people get the perception where it's like, oh, they say, oh, Logan made you this or that, but it's like it is not as simple to say, oh, the hard work and all that stuff didn't like matter as well, because I know that stuff matters.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you get,
you can't put someone on a map and they're like, no one gives a fuck about that person.
Well,
right?
like this, for example, call him the marketing tool, right? Call him the marketing tool. If CBS says, yo, I'm going to give you $20 million in free advertising this year, we're going to be a marketing tool that's going to blow you up. But there's nothing to blow up because you're not making content. You're not creating entertaining shit that people want to see and creative stuff or anything. You're not working your fucking ass off to build a brand, the Night Shift and all this product and all this IP that makes sense and matters. Then at the end of the day, the promotion engine is just advertising something that doesn't exist or shouldn't be there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, dude, he without him, dude, like, it never would have happened. It never. I truly believe that, because more than anything, dude, like, I'll say this, more than any promotion or advertising or marketing or blowing me up or any of that stuff, the one thing he gave me more than anything else was the confidence to get started. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I'm gonna be in your content with you. You're gonna do this shit, and like, yo, you're really funny. You're really good. Like, bro, I needed that. I needed that at the start of my come up. Somebody to be like, yo, I believe in you. You're fucking smart. You're witty. You're well spoken. Like, you're entertaining. Like, I like watching you. I like watching the night shift. He was telling me that shit on episode 2 when I had 50,000 subs. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I watched the show. It's a great show. Like, more than anything, he was the guy that gave me the confidence to continue doing it.
So why do you think there are people who like get that and who don't appreciate it once they have it? Once they got it.
I don't know that I was,
because you're not like that. That's what I'm saying. You're very much not like that.
But I was always appreciative behind the scenes, which is really where it matters, obviously. But I think I could have done a better job of making sure that everybody knew. It's just so weird. Like, people just want to know that you're appreciative. And sometimes, like, you know, like, you just never really know what goes on behind the scenes. Me and him are both understand our symbiotic value. Like, someday we'll write about it, or we'll sit down on a show and make people understand, like, how.
I think you should do it on your show.
100. Oh, me and him, and just talk about our relationship. It would be the crazy, bro. Like, there's so many layers of like value that goes into our relationship: business, friendship, like problem solving, creative, podcasting. Like, bro, like it's. I think it's one of the finest, you know, duos in the internet space. Like, we really have just created this awesome, you know, vibe of both friendship and business, which is, as you know, is a very hard beast to handle because especially in a situation where it's not a very symbiotic co-founder situation. He was he was one of the biggest superstars in the space. Right. And obviously I came on post Tokyo. And so there was you know, it had dwindled a little bit to a point where it was like, okay, like, he wasn't at the height of his career, but he still was a massive creator when he came on. And so,
But it's when we talk about this story, he's bigger than he's ever been now, though.
I think so. I think he's bigger from a mainstream standpoint and less from a like just a YouTube creator. Because it's funny, it's like comparatively, like, you know, you compare him to Mr. Beast, or you compare him to you know, Steve Will Do It. These guys are cleaning up on YouTube right now. Logan hasn't posted on YouTube in a year. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
don't mean necessarily just by YouTube.
No, but that's what I'm trying to say. Logan, out of all of them, is the only one who, if you took a cross section of households in America, would be like, oh, he's a household name. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ask my fucking dad or some 32-year-old dude, yo, do you know who Mr. Beast is? They're gonna be like, no, what is that? Is that like a clothing company? Like, they don't know what it is. Yeah. They're like, we don't know what that is. Yeah. But you ask them who Logan Paul is, it's either the guy who fought Floyd Mayweather. Yeah. It's a guy who has a really dope podcast. It could be the guy that did something he shouldn't have. Whatever. Thing. Right. Like, but no matter what you want to say, like, he's a mainstream household force, you know? And so it's I mean, dude, the kid did so many tremendous things for me. And then I honestly, like, do look forward to unpacking and really being able to reveal.
That'll be a dope fucking episode. That's how you got to do it.
Just like 3 hours of just us talking about crazy stories.
The whole thing. Because I was going to tell you, or I'll talk to you after, but I want to get him on here and talk about his whole just evolution.
I think he would do it, man. I think your show right now has a ton of depth and people are watching it for sure. So it's like, I think he would do it. It would just be a matter of finding the time.
Getting him out here.
Exactly.
Yeah. He just love being in Puerto Rico, or what? Did they sell that house yet? Because I know they put that on.
It's on the market. It's on the market. If anybody watching has an extra $9 million laying around, go for it. But yes and no. I think he does, but I think he also would be willing to, like, feign how much he really loves it because he's invested. He's not leaving. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
makes sense.
I think he likes it and he dislikes it for different reasons. I don't know that he loves being there without us. He as much as he, like, was never reliant on, like, his friends because he was this, like, force. Yeah. He loved waking up, turning on the lights in that house and having all of us there and having all of his friends there to, like, talk to and lean on and just have a good day with. Yeah. And he's very siloed down there, man. It's him and Kevin, and Kevin's great and is a great person for him to be with. It's his videographer. But that's it. I mean, he's got it. The other people around him are super high net worth individuals in the business world, right, crypto and that kind of stuff. And so he's got mentors, but I think he might be missing his friends a little bit,
especially as you get a little older too.
Yeah. But then the stuff that he likes about it is it's allowed him to get into a creative space that he has never gotten in because there's no distractions.
Because it's singular.
It's it.
Yeah.
Everybody's focused on winning. That's it, dude. So he can just focus on just the project. He can focus on crypto. He can focus on whatever the fuck he wants to. And he's just locked in.
Yeah. That's dope. I'll have to talk to more about it when I see him. But is there anything else you want to talk about?
I mean, I don't really have anything pressing. I think it was, I just love sitting here and chopping it up with you. I could go for 50 hours. But I'm appreciative to be here. I hope that people once again take value out of the episode. And I just don't know what it is about sitting here with you. I feel so calm, and it's like a therapy session where I feel, because I'm always anxious, and like when I sit here with you, I feel like I'm in a flow state and I can say things the way I mean to say them. But
I think it's because I'm just genuinely I think we're very similar.
Yeah.
And then in this moment, it's just kind of, it feels, at least to us, very just normal.
Calm, just chill.
Yeah.
And people get to see like a cool like conversation that like might happen in the like actual world. So hopefully people liked it, and they get to take as much out of this episode as they did the first one. If I let you down.
No, you did. No way, dude.
No. But hopefully everybody enjoyed it.
Yeah, hell yeah. I appreciate you coming, man. And genuinely, like I said, in this space and from the people that I've known in this creator world, you have been one of the most down-to-earth, real people that I've ever had the pleasure to talk to. For real, genuinely.
Thank you, bro.
Like off camera, doesn't fucking matter. You've been that guy. I wish we were able to build more of a friendship, but I understand the movie nature of everything. But you're a genuine.
I think we can do. I think I can do better. I think we.
But I'm the same way. I know it's not. I'm not putting this on you. This is my own issue as well. Like everyone around me knows I have that same issue. It's like it's my fucking life that I'm trying to fix, and I'm not at all. It's not a you thing. This is a me thing just as much. But I want you to know genuinely, just as a human man, I love you and I really appreciate you.
I appreciate that, bro. You're an awesome person, dude.
I appreciate it. You're doing amazing things, really, like incredible things. And you, Logan, everything and just you alone, man, like in the story and the way that you're able to show people who've come from, something similar to you, that there's so much more life. I see so much value, and I'm so grateful that I'm able to again have this conversation with you about any of that. So
thank you, bro.
I love you, man. I appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you guys for watching this fucking podcast. What?
Want to do fan questions? Like,
Okay, fuck it.
Oh, Wait, because
like,
the thing is, it's funny too, because like everybody's like, oh, I'm sure the guest wants to get out of here. I'm like, dog, dude, I can literally, the thing about me is, and then no one's ever given me the opportunity. We did with Alex Jones. I'll marathon. I do 15-hour podcast.
Yeah.
I'm not even playing.
Well, I could too.
No, I know, which is awesome.
Like, no
I'm
problem.
not saying we should do it right now, but like I could easily fucking do it.
Like, I don't know if you do, but for when George Janko was on, we were on here for like 3.5 hours.
Oh, did y'all talk for that long?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
We had to cut out some of it.
a lot of it was like, Harding, you should watch it.
No, I did. I saw a good chunk of it. No, I did not watch the whole thing.
No, it is longer. It was
Yeah,
much
I saw a lot.
Wait, sorry. Before we get into these questions, by the way, if you're on YouTube, drop a fucking comment, drop a like, subscribe to the channel right now. If you're on iTunes, please drop a dope review. Subscribe to the iTunes. Is that the iTunes?
Yeah.
That's how I do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All that good shit. Yeah. What's the question?
All right, so this question is for both of you guys. As you guys have both gone through personal struggles in life, but now are both very
We're starting the podcast all over again. Oh Jesus, go ahead. Go ahead.
But now are both very successful. When you look back, if any, who are some people you looked up to get through those dark times, and what sort of messages and or things did they say or do to help you throughout the process of getting to where you are today?
Damn, I have not. Do you have?
Yeah, I mean, I can go.
Yeah.
So there's no people that I really necessarily looked up to, but there are people in my life that I could identify now. But when in the moment they were there, I wasn't like, that's my guy. Yeah. So I could look back. There's someone very, very integral in my becoming of like being a man and feeling like, oh, there was someone who was kind of looking out for me in the gym setting. I'll tell you guys right now. His name is Chad. I think he's still alive. I haven't reached out to this guy in a long time. Chad Nahigan is his name. He was my first weightlifting partner when I was like 17 years old. And he was kind of like a father figure to me. And I remember there was one interaction I had with this guy where I had probably been able to just bench like 225 for the first time ever, right? And there was a kid who came in there who was struggling with 25s on each side, which is like 95 pounds. Yeah. And I remember going to Chad and being like, haha, look at this fucking kid. Almost like big dicking the kid.
Yeah.
And Chad got so fucking mad. He was like, "You motherfucker!
Don't you ever?"
Don't." He's like, "You used to be there. What the fuck are you doing? Looking at that kid and saying, oh, fuck that kid, whatever. Like you need to fucking check yourself." And I remember he got so mad at me. And that was such a, because like I grew up without a father. So having this person who like I looked at as a father figure fucking check me and be like, yo, that was you at one point. What the fuck are you doing? And it was so humbling to me. But that's someone I could just say directly if I'm talking about someone who had a part in my life that at the time I wasn't like, oh, this is this and this is what I've learned. This took me years to look back on and be like, holy fuck, that's what it meant to me. But yeah, that person, that was a situation I had. So it wasn't like some celebrity or some person that you guys might know of that I looked at. It was just people in my life that I had these moments with that I was like, oh fuck, that made me grow so much as a human.
I think for me, like I was never huge on inspiration from like idols and stuff like that. And I actually think about this sometimes. I'm like, damn, like obviously for people who read the book, Logan has been an inspiration for me from the creator standpoint. Sean Nelson, who put me on at Lovesack on the brand side and took an equally risky chance that Logan did, you know, from the beginning and put me on, was a mentor to me and a person that I looked up to greatly. But one that may not be so known is I back in my early days was just a massive fan of Jay-Z, who just got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Yeah. And I watched his induction speech, and honestly, I do not believe that any other rapper will have a induction that rivals Jay's. I mean, dude, like the people that were a part of welcoming his welcoming video, Obama, Rihanna, Beyonce, obviously, Kevin Hart, LeBron James, every actor, athlete, this, and then Dave Chappelle gave his induction speech. And it's like, they're not going to do that for any other, they're not going to do that for Drake even. They're not going to do it for any of those guys because Jay had an impact on the culture and on people who you know, even as a white kid who and this pales in comparison to what he means to the black community. He showed me that you can make it from illegitimate to legitimate. Yeah. And that was something that I needed to be reminded a lot of times in my life, that there was a way to get out of the life that I had found myself into. And the way that he was able to tell stories and the way that he was able to paint a picture so vivid when you listen to his music taught me so much about storytelling and how I would tell my story. You know what I'm saying? And he just being able to flip it. He would always say from the crack side to the rap side, like just all of that stuff, just everything about Jay and about his come up and his trajectory was always kind of like my inspiration point. And he made it out of a tough spot and made something beautiful out of it.
Yeah. And that mentality is so dope though. Like being able to go from something that is so, you know, as people perceive, like so hard to get out of. And he did it, and not only did he get out of it, he's a fucking billionaire, the biggest, and he's like massive in this fucking industry. Like I mean, that's the thing. It goes to show you, like, just don't say, "Oh, I can't do this," because it's just hard. Yeah, you know, I can't get out of this because it's too much. Like that goes with tons of, not just talking about that life or that lifestyle, but like we tend to do that all the time. We're like, "Oh, it's just I don't know, it's too much work." Blah blah blah. Like we just constantly doubt ourselves instead of like find people like this and go, "Okay, like I could fucking do this." Like you were saying earlier, same shit. So I just think that's important. We got another question?
All right, for sure. So this person says they say that you are two rare voices that speak a lot of mental health. So they were asking, what are things that have helped you to start feeling better? And then what habits or things that keep you from feeling sad, staying motivated, and
You know what's funny? This is the fucking question that I was trying to ask you the whole time. It's funny. It's like my audience. Like, I ask those questions.
No, I have my coping tactics figured out. I mean, they've always been the same, and they remain the same. If I do not get my cardio done, and I've talked to like this tiny cross section of people who have reported that it's not the same for them, but the broad majority of anxiety sufferers and people with depression find especially high intensity cardiovascular exercise to be an incredible outlet and escape for them.
It's a fact.
It's a fucking fact, bro. And like when I find myself going into a week of like shitty eating or like not working out, it's so palpable how that is affecting my mental state. Yeah. And it's a tragedy. And so
I think this is really important though, because a lot of people don't know. You know, because you're versed in it and versed at looking at it.
100%.
But a lot of people, they like eat shittier. They avoid these things they know they should be going after, like the cardiovascular. Yeah. and they're not aware that this is happening to them. So I'm glad you're saying this. Continue.
Yeah, that's been really the staple of my like mental health journey has been that cardio, whether it's the bike, unfortunately only the elliptical for me because I can't use a treadmill because of my ankle, but whatever I can do to get that sweat going and to get my mind off of things and just to get into a flow state where I'm just it's just something that it does to your body. It's a natural dopamine hit. It's a natural serotonin
this is a physiological. This is a literal thing happening.
Yeah, it's just a fact. So that's been one thing. And then, you know, just be nice to yourself as much as possible. I know that's hard. It's something I struggle with, but, you know, talk nicely to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Tell yourself that you're confident, you're a good person. You will make it. You got to get into that fucking habit of self-talk. That's a military tactic. That's a fucking military tactic. Like that shit is as scientific as the cardio.
Yeah.
Like if you're out there telling yourself every day, yo, I'm good enough. I'm the guy.
Yeah.
I'm confident. I'm sure of myself. I'm positive. I'm prepared. I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? Like that stuff, like telling yourself that over and over and over again. This is something I need to really work on. This is me at me again. Like, but that's another thing. And just surrounding yourself with like positive people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get that toxicity out of your life. Get those people that drag you down out of your life. Get those people that make you feel less than out of your life. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't need those people in your life. You need people that make you feel happy and make you feel accomplished. Like and you could do the things that you want to do.
Yeah, hell yeah. So I'll take it a step further. Something that I've learned beyond meditation, which has been massive in my life, like just sitting and trying to, like you said, removing the phones, removing the bullshit, and just trying to be like, where, like in my life, where am I at? And so you guys understand, I just want to make this known, like the way I meditate, I don't know if this could help you guys or if you give a fuck or not, but I will sit wherever. It doesn't have to be like on the floor. I'm not necessarily sitting like a hippie or anything. I can just sit in a chair and I focus on my breathing. And then as thoughts come into my mind, I focus on letting them be there for as long as they try to be there, and then not fighting them to go away, not fighting them to move through me faster or to think about something else, or I just let it go. And I keep trying to bring myself back to the thought of my breath. And if it keeps going back to this thought or this moment or this energy, I allow it. I just allow it to be for as long as it takes for it to kind of just go away, where I could start to think just about my breath again. That's
the big, I mean, what you're talking about right there is actually the biggest thing. So like exercise is a way to get there. Self-talk is a way to get there. And like, it's a good starting point if you find yourself in a really negative mind state to try to transform those thoughts to positive. But stoicism and the ability to be at ease with whatever thoughts enter your mind is the ultimate flow state. Yeah, that's where you aspire to be. That's where you always will aspire to be from a mental health standpoint. And if you're a real mental illness sufferer, and I've spent years in this place, fucking decades in this space of constantly spending your entire day wrestling with thoughts.
Yeah, this is the thing.
Wrestling with fucking thoughts. I'm a failure. I'm negative. I'm never gonna get off drugs. I'm always gonna feel like this. All of those thoughts.
It comes back to the control,
bro. Just like, no, get that thought out of my mind right now.
Yeah.
I don't like that thought, or please stop. Make it stop. You find yourself. I mean, if you're suffering enough, like you even find yourself saying it out loud.
I'm talking to
please
myself.
Fucking stop.
For sure.
Dude, I can't take this shit anymore.
Yeah.
And the I almost can pinpoint it to where I started to get a little bit better was when I found out that, dude, it's all about finding ease with whatever thoughts. It could be the most fucked up thought you've ever thought in your entire life. And if you can find yourself like, that's not me. That's not me. That the ability to separate your physical self from your thoughts is the greatest accomplishment you'll ever have in your entire life. Your thoughts do not define who you are. They just don't. That's a whole separate reality that you don't have to live in if you can get good enough at practicing either stoicism or just meditation.
Yeah.
And cardio and positive self-talk and all of those other things and eating clean and breathing properly are all lubricants to that system working properly.
And it is. Like I said, it's not easy. This is not an easy thing to do. It's so fucking difficult, but it is. It's just about like, okay, this is the thing that when I would try to push the thoughts out, I'd be like, okay, this is a part of me right now. I'm okay with it. And I would kind of just think, like I said, I would kind of think about what's next. What else is going on? What else do I feel? And I would say this to myself. I'm not just saying it to you guys. I would say this to myself, and I would just continue to try to focus on breathing to let the thing go. Now, the second thing that I do that I think is really important for people who deal with mental illnesses and like, issues in their life is try to revisit moments in your life where you are now like where you actually are now as an adult. Like, for example, very, very popular, I can't say these people's name, but someone who I really look up to told me this. He was like, write down like your story as you know it now as an adult, as if you were going to write it down and have like the 6-year-old, me, right? As a 6-year-old losing my father, the 6-year-old would read it, right? And so the whole exercise is in practicing where I am right now and who I am right now. Yes, there are things of me like that I'm, maybe battling, like we were talking about earlier, with like controlling because of my past, or issues in my life because of my past. But if you can start to identify who you are right now, where you are right now, what you truly have right now, and you don't relate it directly to, okay, like I said, the 6-year-old who lost his father. When I was 6 years old and I lost my father, I had all these automatic assumptions. I'm not good enough,
Take your time. Take a sip of water. Take a deep breath. Take that while you're out here explaining it to him.
So I got so caught up in like the thoughts of why did this happen to me, right? And the thing that I practice now is relating like what I know now as a 32-year-old to a 6-year-old. Like, as a 6-year-old, I would have no understanding that my father was dealt with. He had recently lost his mom and his dad, like within like, I don't know, a few months span. He had major resentment towards his ability to like fix the issues that he had with his mom before she passed. Never got to fix these things. The dad passed soon after the mom passed. And he dealt with this clinical depression. Like, as a 6-year-old is what I'm saying. As a 6-year-old, I would have zero understanding of what that was, what that felt like, what that could be like, where you are mentally. He was 38 years when he passed. I wouldn't have any understanding of that. I'm just a 6-year-old who things are just happening to me. And I could never know what that person was going through because I just didn't even have the kind of bandwidth to have a conversation with someone like that, right? So I have to remind my 6-year-old self, hey, I'm 32 now. I've dealt with all these other things in my life. This is like, that situation is not who I am. I'm not going to allow it to make me who I am, right? So what I'm telling you guys is an exercise in going, okay, this is where I'm at in my life, because a lot of times we act on things that are in our past that are, that made us who we are, quote unquote, right? But the truth is, you make you who you are right now with every choice you decide right now moving forward. But where you were then, you have to reteach that younger version of yourself. Oh shit, you have more perspective now. Go tell your younger version of yourself, like, okay, these were all these other things that you were just completely aware of, so that you start to break down those thoughts like, I wasn't good enough. Because it didn't have to do with that. Yeah. It wasn't because I wasn't good enough. It was because of everything else that he had going on in his life. But I wouldn't have the understanding of that at that time. That's just instantly, I'm like, this is what it is. I'm not good enough.
So
right?
so that's like a therapeutic approach to like reteaching those old traumas, kind of like.
Yeah, it's like going into like the, imagine you're talking to your 6-year-old self, like explaining to that person, like with what I know now, all these other things that have been going on in my own life now that I could say, well, like, obviously I'm not going to go up to a 6-year-old and say this shit, but it's like, I'm talking to my 6-year-old self as a 32-year-old.
Yeah, no,
right?
I get it. Because he's still in there. He's still in there. And I think like, if we ever wanted to do another episode on the approach to therapy and cognitive behavior and all that stuff, it all boils down to what happened to you as a kid.
Yeah.
All of it. You know what I'm saying? Your whole the majority of your thought pattern and everything boils down to you know what I'm saying? And to the circumstances, the environment that you were put in as a child. And like, when I tell you I haven't even begun to scratch, I mean, I've done hundreds of therapy sessions, but like never made any real headway on like figuring out, what's going on with that little kid. You know what I'm saying? Who had to watch, some fucked up shit on the home front. You know what I'm saying? Who had to see some physical shit and some fucked up shit and went through a divorce at an age when it couldn't fucking happen. You know what I'm saying? Like the worst timing. So yeah, I mean, I think people who haven't done therapy don't understand that, like, that's the root of everything. That's the first thing your therapist is going to ask you.
Yeah.
Yo, what was your life? What was your life as a kid? 100%, because that's where it all is. It's where it all lies. So it's interesting that you say that, because I've never gone through that exercise, and you sometimes forget, like, of that little kid who was scared to get on the pitcher's mound in T-ball. You know what I'm saying? And like was
because there's a reason
having
why
panic attacks.
Yeah, there's a
like
reason
at 8, 9 years old, like having panic attacks, and no one knew at the time. It was just he's freaking out, because that was 25 years ago.
Yeah,
whatever years ago.
They're like, just do it, pussy.
Yeah, just go fucking get it done. That's what my dad would say to me. And by the way, like at the time, he wasn't wrong for it.
Yeah.
But now, obviously, we know a little bit more about how that shit works. They gave me an inhaler. They're like, oh, he has asthma. Because I would start, but I didn't have asthma.
I actually had asthma.
No, I get that, but like I would have panic attacks. I would
because of breathing.
Yeah, and so they would be like, "Oh, he can't breathe when he gets." I was having panic attacks, and I would rip the fucking albuterol or whatever it was, and then fucking it wouldn't do anything. Obviously, like I didn't wheeze or anything. I would have panic attacks.
What the fuck?
And it was like and at the time, by the way, like it's awesome being on a podcast where I'm making these connections in real time. Like I'm not telling you a story that I've told someone before. I just made that connection. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what was happening. I didn't go to the doctor and he was like, oh, he can't hit the peak on the breathing thing.
Yeah.
I always hit the peak because I didn't have asthma.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like anxiety in kids didn't exist at that. There's no such thing.
No one talked about it. I mean, it existed obviously as you experience, but like there wasn't a thing that people were like, oh, diagnosed, fix this.
Yeah. So fucking weird.
It's dope.
Is that nuts? Is that nuts, dude? Like, why does it only happen? Well, Doc, why does it only happen when he is about to get on the mound? Or like, why does it only happen when he's coming up to bat? Or why does it only happen when
they're like, was he jogging?
Yeah,
there?
and they're like, oh, well, we think it's emotional. They said it was emotionally induced asthma.
Whoa,
that's what they said. They were like, it's like I'm just remembering this now. Like literally, this is my mom will watch this whole podcast and respond to every comment and every DM that gets sent to her. Trust me, and she's watching this right now. Like, damn, that really did happen. Maybe he never had fucking asthma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy
She's gonna comment on it. My mom will comment on
it. I love this. I love this also because we ended the podcast like 40 minutes ago.
Yeah, I know. It's gonna be funny to see what the fall off looks like when we start signing out, and then people are just like, "Wait, what?" Like, people are like, "Did you hear that story about his asthma?" Like, no, I hung up right after the Logan Paul shit. What the fuck are you talking about?
It's so funny. Is that it? Are we good? Are we good? Because we talk, bro. This question shit is gonna put a whole
now
different
I'm
level.
Looking at a board and there's fucking Jake Paul fight and shit.
We didn't even mention that.
We don't have to. I mean, let me say this as far as the Jake Paul shit's concerned. Everybody wants to talk about Jake Paul and fighting, and I'm excited for this fight. He's finally going to be able to put his skills to the test against an actual boxer.
Hold on, I have some opinions of this.
Okay, what do you got to say?
Have you seen that guy's record? The people that he's beaten.
Yeah, they're scrubs, yeah?
They're the worst of the worst.
No, I don't care. I'm done with this stuff. I'm done with this. He's a fucking he's a boxer.
Okay.
Let's just say this. He's fighting a boxer. I'm done with it. I understand where you're coming from, but I've done this too many times already and also, like, as long as he keeps knocking motherfuckers out, it's like you just have to keep eating your words on it. So it's
of course.
But no, I wasn't even going to say anything regarding his boxing. I'm excited for the fight. I'm excited for him to go and fight a boxer, and there's a lot riding on the fight. It's awesome. We had Jake on the podcast the last time I went to Puerto Rico. That episode.
Did you ask him why he hid my comments on his Instagram?
No, but we should talk about that. Maybe.
Not kidding. Go ahead. It doesn't matter.
Because really quick, I think there's something wrong with his comments because it happens to me too. I told you. It still happens to me. If I comment on his post,
I think he just has us both blocked.
You think so? I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah. I just think he just doesn't want us commenting on his shit.
Maybe I'll ask him personally and see what he says.
Fuck it, doesn't matter.
But we had him on the podcast a couple weeks ago, and this episode will come out just before the fight. I believe that his turnaround as a person will equal the turnaround that Logan made. And he's so off the grid because he's always training and he's not putting out a lot of content. trust me, dude. Me and this kid, have had one of the most
tumultuous,
embroiled past ever. Like basically fist fights a million fucking times over. We've had blowout battles on podcasts. So when I say this, I say it with my whole chest. This kid is changing so much, and I'm so fucking proud of the kid, dude. And I know he's got an equal amount as Logan had of work to do ahead of him to try to show people that he's changing.
Yeah.
But I was blown fucking away by his on the last podcast. The way he's talking, the way he's handling situations, the way he's getting into businesses, the way he's setting things up, the way he's focused on his boxing, the way he's pushed all the distractions aside, the way he's focused on his current relationship. I mean, dude, like it's really, really good to watch. It's really good to watch because I think both of them were raised very well and they're both good kids deep down that, just had to go through a bunch of shit. He's a kid. Yeah. He's a fucking kid. Still a fucking kid,
also,
bro.
like Jake specifically built his audience at some point around the fact that people didn't like
trolling.
Him.
Yeah,
he
100%.
did it. But he ran with that. And I don't even blame him for that.
But
I'm not surprised that he's getting to a point where you're saying he's like fucking
You got to watch this episode, man. Like it really, because he's like, dude, here's where I knew it was the tipping point. When me and Logan are sitting on the opposite couch learning lessons.
Oh, shit.
You know what I'm saying? No. And I'm like, but not from Ben Shapiro, not from fucking, all of these gurus and mentors and people that we have on the show, but from Jake. And he's like, dude, like y'all, I started doing this and this happened. And I remember at one point in the podcast, I was like speechless.
Wow.
I'm like, I can't believe this dude just said that. Like he really is growing. And I think I think people will probably diss on me for saying this shit right now, but like, I think if you give him another year, like he's gonna start doing some great things.
Yeah, I love it, man. I love that. I mean, shit, I don't care. I know people love to hate on that guy. Yeah, but I mean, you can't hate on growth.
Bro. That's it. Like, dude, like, hey, please tell me that I was a piece of shit when I was selling drugs. Yeah, but don't hate on me now. Like, admire the process, admire the growth.
And I've never sold drugs, by the way. I just want to let the world know that. I just want to let the world know that.
Times that I was gonna say, like, you were like, the clothing business has grown exponentially, and I was like, should I do it? I'm not gonna fucking do it, just because we've had such a deep episode. That I was like, I don't want to boil it down to such a dumb fucking bullshit.
Yeah, I've never once. Actually, it's not true. I've sold drugs before, but not like a drug dealer. I'm not like a drug dealer. Right. Are there anything else on there you want to hit? Because you saw that. It's so funny. We didn't even talk about this shit.
Sugar's got a fight coming up on the 11th in Vegas. I'm going to do everything in my power to make it to that fight.
I'm 100% being there.
I love that dude. Like shout out Sugar Sean.
He's
a force within the UFC. I think he's got a massive story in front of him, journey ahead of him, and I don't think that. Once again, talk shit to me, say what you want. I don't think there's a more fun fighter to watch right now.
No, bro, it's crazy though. No. Before I ever met that guy and made any content with him, I saw him fighting and was like, who the fuck is this guy? And now I see him like, yo, and not only is he like such a dope human, like such a nice person, like a genuine soul. He's an amazing fucking fighter, and he's fucking entertaining, dude.
From the theatrics to the unorthodox way that he fights to the banter to just everything that he does is amazing, and he's an awesome person off camera, and so I'm really excited for that fight on the 11th and to see that.
What else is up there? She wrote all these notes, and I didn't even look at this shit.
We got like a decent amount. The only one we didn't answer was who's the father. I like how that's the only one written on. Red.
Why'd you write that in red?
Who's the father?
Yeah, but like there's like a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Brad was like, I want to ask him about this, so I had to make sure he remembered.
Got it.
But we don't get the answer. I'll ask you after the thing.
Yeah.
So I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I think that's it. So, guys, if you guys want to ask me some questions or ask me and a guest some questions, askrawtalk@gmail.com. Follow the Instagram, follow the TikTok. You can find this shit through my socials. I appreciate all the fucking love. Also, check out Mike, everything you have. Instagram, all your shit. What do you want to say?
Hey, Big Mike. On Instagram, Night Shift, Impulse. I mean, they know where to find it.
I appreciate the love, man. For real. Thank you for being here.
Awesome, bro. It's always good chopping it up.
See you guys.
Holy shit. How long?
Clips?
Yes.
I love how you called out the who's the father thing is the only thing in red because look, hold on, like, look, you're right, there's other shit in red. Hold on, there's other shit in red. Look, red,
but it's
black, red.
It's like, who's
Wait, I'm curious because I know you said a long time ago on the Impulsive Pod that you were gonna transition your book into a movie. Is that still a thing? Like, are you still?
I know. It's kind of hit a bit of a standstill. So I mean, we'll see what happens. There's been a lot of movies about the opiate shit lately. A lot of stuff coming out. Dope Sick, the show. Yeah, it's not even that. It's not me making it. I would only do it if a studio picks it up. I'm not gonna produce it. You know
I've been working on a documentary for like the last like 2 years.
Really?
Crazy shit.
Really?
Hopefully it'll be on Netflix.
I love that because I've never done my own long form project. Obviously, did Flat Earth with Logan. It was the most fun I've ever had in my entire life.
That was
crazy.
Wait, we were talking about that earlier today. That Sylvie's a flat earther. Remember?
Yeah, Sylvie's a flat earther.
Yeah.
But not actually. It was just a joke.
Oh yeah. There was the one dude that was suing us, and then his rocket crashed.
You guys talked about that because he's like, yeah, I'm gonna go fly to the top so I can see how flat the Earth is. Take a picture, prove you guys, and then just exploded.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he was suing me and Logan, and then his rocket crashed and he died. It was the weirdest fucking thing ever.
Shit.
Yeah, man, Mike Hughes, dude. I would never wish that upon anybody. Like,
No,
it was just a weird.
insane.
It was just a weird circumstance where like that happened. That's the other thing like about me and Logan's relationship too. Is just like we have so many things that like couldn't actually be real that are so real. Like bro, like we were getting sued. We had a $100,000 lawsuit plus jail time. Like it was a lawsuit, heavy. And the person who was suing us went in a self-made rocket ship and crashed and died. Like, bro. What the fuck? And that's just like one side story of like the million fucking things that we've
Super fucking random, man.
we do get to do like it. So like it's funny because like obviously like now from the outside because they show everything like live this like crazy shit and they do like don't get me wrong it's fucking crazy but dude like some of the people that we like globally rub elbows with and like do shit with it's just weird. You know what I'm saying? It's just insane.
You can't even put a lot of that stuff.
No, none of it can ever even be talked about. It's like it's fucking weird like fucked up shit. Like it's awesome. Because we leave and even having been through so much of it, we'll debrief after and just be like, dog, did that just happen? Like, did that really actually just happen? Like, it's just fucked up shit and weird shit, bro. Even like maybe 10 years down the line it can be written about, but it's like for now it's just like it's vaulted.
It's a forbidden secret.
Yeah.
Oh man, life's so good, man. Look at that. Look where you came from, and now you gotta do shit like that.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's fucking amazing.
In this podcast, dude, which was awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
I was in a flow state today.
Yeah, me too. Hell yeah. No, I love it, man. Always, every time we get together, for real. Every time, for real.
Yeah,
I really appreciate
it's
it.
It's like a sure thing, bro.
Yeah.
It's like a sure thing.
No, I have no
It's
doubt.
crazy.